and I would have loved him shown up, but he's a bum today. Didn't even respond, but that's okay, prosecutor. I'm done with you. You're fired. Joining me live in the studio is the troublemaker. You see, he's causing trouble already.
No, I just got a question. Because you're talking about the Capitol Police and everything, and whoever's you're talking about running for.
No, not that guy that's running for office.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about the guy. What do you think about the Crane guy, the Crane Capitol Police officer that's now running for office?
In the second hour, we're gonna discuss that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because I saw Tarek make a response about that, about him running, and some of the allegations against him.
Oh,
that he lied,
already?
That he lied.
Oh,
that he lied.
Oh, that he lied. Okay.
He lied under oath.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about that in the second hour. But Milan, really quickly, you've been seeing all the text messages that our good friend Phil from Blue Island continues to send me, right?
Ooh.
I got to take the sunglasses off for this because I got to read this. And I got this from the Federalist. You know how I said on this show that Hamas was using the hospital?
Uh-huh.
And they were staging from that hospital?
Uh-huh.
Well, Denise Cohen from the Federalist.com actually wrote an article about this on December 27, 2023. She talks about how Hamas has denied over and over that they're not using the hospital, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, guess what? The director of the Kamal Etwan Hospital in Gaza, Ahmad Khalat, I hope I'm saying his name right, confessed that Hamas has offices and they have set up structure inside of the hospital. Oh, but I thought that wasn't happening. Our good friend Phil from Blue Island gets his information from all of these twisted sites and people that have an agenda. You saw some of the stuff. I'm sure you see.
Look, I wish.
Why didn't you respond?
I wish I could play some of the stuff that he sent, but I just.
No, we can't play.
I do.
No.
Because people don't even know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
If they could just hear what we see,
Yeah.
they would be up in arms.
Yeah, especially his wait, how do you spell white? WHY?
Oh, yeah.
Especially all about the white people.
Oh, man.
Villan, I really don't know. I get to talk a lot about my stance with Israel and why I am standing with Israel. Israel's surrounded by its enemies, Villan.
I know.
Everybody that's around Israel wants to see the destruction of Israel.
I get a lot of heat for it, too.
Yeah.
Because, I got into a lot of trouble 3 weeks ago when I just asked the question.
What's the question again? Come on, let's start it again.
Let's start the question
Let's
again.
start it again.
Oh, my God. All I said was that the people that I talked to, I didn't say I agree with, but the people that I talked to said, well, what's proportional?
Here we go.
1,600 deaths compared to 21,000, and when is enough?
Okay.
And that put me in so much hot water.
Right.
But you know what? I'm going to keep asking questions. I'm not taking taking a stance anymore. I want to present to you all the questions.
Why don't you answer your own question, though?
Well, no, I did.
I know. Wait, what did you say?
For like 2 months, me and you agreed.
I know. Oh, so you agree with we have to go after him?
Yeah. But now.
Oh, you just wiped out everything you said.
However, I'm not going to use the word but. However, when I start talking to regular, everyday people, friends, family, and whoever else, they said, well, okay. They just rounded off to numbers. 1,600 died. It's between 13 and 1,600, but I'm going to take the high number, 1,600.
And that's Hamas numbers. That's not.
No, I'm talking about the Israelis.
Israelis.
21,000, now maybe 22,000 Palestinians, innocent mostly, have died.
That's the first thing you should question because those are Hamas numbers.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get the numbers from
NPR.
Hamas.
NPR.
I didn't get it from NPR.
Yeah.
I got it from PBS, WTTW.
PBS.
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 A far left organization, right?
The WTTW,
Yeah.
World News.
So you're gonna believe the left now?
I'm just taking in all the information. That's all I'm doing.
That's the only version of state media that we have in the United States, and that's what he goes to.
Yeah.
I did say I called
Of
them
all
state.
places.
I called them state TV,
Were
but
you able to find something to back up what they stated? No.
no, those are
Yeah,
two
the Hamas
basically.
information
Right.
release.
But outside of Hamas and PBR,
I don't look at
whatever
them. I try to take in all the information to make a well-formed decision.
Okay.
But Verlon, the information you're getting is from Hamas because they are the authority in Gaza.
Right.
And so therefore the only numbers coming out of Gaza are Hamas numbers.
No,
So
they
any
have
numbers you're
they
getting-
have their own
No.
journalists on the ground. Remember, I
They're not-
reported
their
that-
journalists are not there counting 20,000 people. They're taking Hamas numbers, and that matches the Hamas information.
Correct.
Release, so.
And you don't see any other independent agency or news agency or the Red Cross reporting these numbers.
no, you do get like Channel 7 or CBS.
You missing a point. You
Yeah,
missed
They're
ABC?
repeating the same thing that they've heard, which is
I feel-
the Hamas number.
Okay, Phil.
I'm just saying. I mean, you can't just discount what you don't pick and choose.
I can discount Hamas.
I want to take it all in.
You don't think Hamas, which using a hospital, saying that they're not using a hospital, and you don't think Hamas is setting up so they know Israel's coming to attack them, and so they put innocent civilians in a position so that they can get killed? You don't think that's happening?
It's been SOP for them for decades.
That's their standard operating procedure. This has been the terrorist standard operating procedures since terrorism has been.
I think I'm getting tag team.
We'll be back.
Go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter.
Make sure that you never miss a day of Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson when you subscribe to the Chicago's Morning Answer podcast, presented by Signature Bank. Listen to the entire show each day on demand with limited commercial breaks. You can subscribe today for free at 560theanswer.com and click on podcasts or search for Chicago's Morning Answer on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We feel like doing more. Yeah, we're 83 and 84 years old. And we're talking about buying a pontoon boat. What's that tell you? We may say, hey, come out and film us.
I've just been doing great, and I just feel like it's a definite advantage to take them. Well, let me just say one other thing. I mentioned to my doctor that I was taking Balance of Nature, and they said they were very positive about that. And they said that was really good. That's a good product. And so I've been very pleased.
Step into the new year with a new you. Start your journey to better health by going to balanceofnature.com and signing up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first order, plus a free fiber and spice supplement with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this exclusive holiday offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Are you ready for an adventure of a lifetime? Journey with me, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, on the Patriots Alaska cruise this summer. It's an incredible opportunity to engage with me and other like-minded patriots on an epic 7-day cruise over 4th of July weekend. Witness the untouched wilderness of Alaska while discussing America's future. What could be better? Join me from June 29th to July 6th. Call 855-565-5519 or reserve online. PatriotsAlaskaCruise.com.
Imagine what your future looks like. Is the picture a little blurry? Hey, it's Sean Thompson here for Alpha Wealth Group. When we look ahead, we're visualizing where we want to be, and for retirement, that can be hard without a written financial plan. Tom Fortino of Alpha Wealth Group can help you bring your retirement picture into focus. For decades, Tom has been crafting customized financial strategies. His goal is to help you protect your savings, grow your wealth, and create an income strategy you cannot outlive. If you're nearing or already in retirement, it's time to get your plan on paper. So bring your readers and let's take a look at it closely. Call Tom at 630-934-1855 and schedule a complimentary retirement consultation. There is no cost, there is no obligation. This is a chance to get a clearer view of your retirement. The number again is 630-934-1855 or visit alphawealthgroup.com. And listen to the Alpha Wealth Hour Saturday mornings right here on AM 560 The Answer.
Advisory services through Retirement Wealth Advisors, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Alpha Wealth Group, licensed in Illinois.
Where can you go anytime, day or night, to hear full-length radio programs from favorites like John MacArthur, Greg Laurie, and Chuck Swindoll? The new OnePlace.com. Where can you get free devotionals, podcasts, and articles on issues like marriage and parenting, politics and current events, and Christian living for men and women? The new OnePlace.com. Your favorite Christian teachers, online and on mobile at OnePlace.com. OnePlace.com.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Switch your attitude. Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. Troublemaker.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take these calls first because I want to roll something with you.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of hearing the left talk about how extreme Republicans are. And I want to talk about, and I want you, the listening audience, to call in about this. About how they're saying that Republicans are, every chance they get, they must have did some polling. Extreme must have really polled high, that word. You know, Frank Luntz used to do that. Poll words, just words, and see how effective just those words are. And then they just hit each other, hit their opponents with it. But this word extreme must have polled really high. And I want to talk about what the left is doing to our country, what I wish the Republicans would do. Some of them are out there fighting. And we're going to talk about what's really extreme. Because protecting our borders, tell me how that's extreme. You see, I know the big battle between the Border Patrol and Texas National Guard. The left radio, the progressive radio on my way in, they were like giddy.
No,
what I mean, no. They don't want that fight.
No,
the state rights.
He lied. He spent it. I'm so glad that we think about the same thing.
Hold that thought.
Oh, he lied.
Let's take the calls.
Okay.
Because I'm sick and tired of and those of us on the right, we just sit and take the left calling us extreme. Because we understand what America is and who she is and where she's been, the mistakes she's made, but also the things that America does right. It's not extreme for Abbott to be sending people to places where these cities and these states have said hate has no home here, everybody's welcome here. You know, he's dealing with 9 million illegals that he's had to deal with. And you want to I almost said something. Complain about what, 30, 40,000 people? He's inundated with them. All right, let's go. Okay, let's go to Jim. What's the mouse? There it is. Jim, Chicago.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
To Jim? Jim. But before you start talking, I heard you talking on your favorite progressive station. But what I want you to do the next week when you call him, tell him to stop ragging on Charlie Kirk. He called him a huckster. He said he's trying to overturn the Civil Rights Act. He is trying to come down and lie and rag on Charlie Kirk. Tell him to stop. And I want to ask you a question. You jumped off the phone with him before and didn't get the question. How do you feel about the NFL making players play in below zero weather?
That's football.
I know.
I don't even think we can watch it. It's on Peacock. Isn't there something? I didn't even get that channel. So.
I do. I have it. So.
Yeah,
but
you
have it?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, because I talked to a friend today. He said I got to go to a bar and watch it. You know, if they have it at the bar.
Well, will you do me that favor? Will you tell that man to stop talking about one of our leaders?
Oh, I don't even want to know who they are.
Anyway, I don't even know who Charlie Kirk is. But what I'm curious about is your candidate's hygiene. I mean, this week they described the smells of Trump that are just otherworldly. Adam Kinzinger said he smells from every orifice in his body, including his breath. And I mean,
Trump?
What is he? Yeah, Trump smells like.
Now, where did you get that report? Where did you hear that?
Oh, Adam Kinzinger had it on his. He was on it.
Oh,
Pelosi just said it. They said he smells just awful.
Why do you hate Trump so?
Yeah, Explain that.
Well, I don't hate him. I'm just wondering if somebody could tell him to take a shower and
Hey,
put
Jim.
some cologne on or something.
Jim, name one. Give me one good thing Trump did as president.
One president. He one good thing that Trump did for president.
Yeah.
He got a lot of help from the Russians. That's for sure. The Russians,
which was
helped him
disproved.
immensely.
You know that was disproved, right?
What's not disproved? They got Brexit through in England. Then they get Brexit through in England. The Russians were invested in Brexit in England, and they were invested in getting Trump elected in America.
Okay.
Everybody knows it.
Okay. All right.
Dummy. Yeah. Have a good weekend.
All right, Joe. Oh, good Lord. Let's go to Robert from Bloomingdale. Robert, what's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Doing well.
How's it going?
Hey, Cream Puff, you need to get a reality check.
He does.
Let me ask you this question. How's your 401k plan doing when President Trump has been in office and compared to now?
Right.
That's my question to you.
Exactly.
Now, here's my question. Why are the Republicans so extreme they're not? What's wrong with protecting the borders? We're letting people in with you don't know what kind of diseases they have. They're coming into this country. No check on diseases. You don't know what they're going to bring to this country. Number two, they're all men, no women or children from China and India and all those places. And three, we got to watch for the terrorists once again because we're going to have another 9/11 occur. And that's my opinion. But unfortunately, there's no help from the fourth. This guy's completely in the dark, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, and Robert.
President Trump is a great president, too.
And Robert, when you look at us with the attack on the Houthis, the Iran-backed group, so we're attacking over there, but we're allowing people from Iran and from all these different terrorist nations to enter in our country. You don't think they're going to set up something here?
Of course they will.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time, and maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this week, maybe next year, but it's going to happen, and it's going to be worse than 9/11 was.
Yeah, and my fifth grader understands that. My fifth grade daughter understands that. It's unfortunate that our leaders don't hear that they don't understand that. Thanks so much, Robert.
Take care.
All right, let's go to Craig from Mount Greenwood. What's up, brother?
Oh, John, man, good hearing you, and you and Verline, you're doing a good job today.
Thank you.
Hey,
How's it going?
Yeah, you guys are doing real good. Hey, listen, I got a tip for Verlano, because I think Verlano, like, he's sincere, but for years I've had this opinion of that NPR and that public radio net. I mean, you can get the same when it's dealing with anything Middle East or something. You can get the same information from Al Jazeera. Rat poison. That's all you get from that radio station is rat poison. Leftist, fascist stuff that's garbage. Anyways, but the thing is with that Cream Puff Jim talking and everything like that, yeah, he just doesn't like Trump and all that kind of thing like that. But I'll tell you what, that's like, I mean, it's insanity because he doesn't even understand how badly the leftist fascist regime that's in there has destroyed his life and his finances and everything. I mean, the guy, you got to feel sorry for that guy. He's soft.
I agree. I agree with you, Craig. Thanks so much for giving us a call.
Thanks, Craig.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you. Valon.
Yes, sir.
America has a lot of enemies.
Yes, we do.
And they want to see the total destruction of America. I have no time to be, can I say pea-footing around?
You can say that.
I don't want to say it, though.
It's not
I have no time with that right now. We are at war. There are people in America, look, as long as the idea of America, because you know the hardest thing to ever destroy is an idea. Because an idea can live on throughout centuries. And that's what makes America great. The idea of who she is. And that's what they're trying to fracture. Who we are as Americans. Fundamentally transforming America was the clarion call to take us out. We just had somebody that actually had black skin to say it. And that made it palatable. That made it acceptable. When will Americans wake up and understand this? When?
So, your guess is as good as mine.
Let's go to Mitchell. Mitchell, what's up, brother?
You know, hey guys, how you doing? Great job as usual. the radical Democrats that think that Russia was somehow involved with the 2016 election. Well, first of all, you had the Mueller report, then you had the Durham report, and then you had the Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, who discloses that CIA Director John Brennan had in his handwritten notes that Hillary Clinton was going to vilify Russia because they knew that the internal polling that 53% of white women were not going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Or not vote for Hillary. I'm sorry. So this idea there was not there was no proof that Russia had one vote, and that they still are on this diatribe. It's the most ridiculous notion in the world. And then we're fighting two wars, two fronts.
Yeah.
You know, if you basically put a flag
Quickly,
on
Mitchell.
your car, somehow that's not like you can't be patriotic.
Right.
I mean, at least Trump brought back nationalism.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm saying here,
Yeah.
Camilo?
And Mitchell, I see nothing wrong with nationalism. I see nothing wrong with loving America. Nothing. But the left will tell you that's something wrong with you because you love this great country. And people want to see the destruction of it. Thanks so much, Mitchell. We'll be right back.
November 2nd, 2020, marked the 100th anniversary of the first commercial radio broadcast. We're still here, and we're bigger and better than ever. You can still listen to us over this great radio station, but now there are no limitations. Your smartphone is now your smart radio. Listen to us online on the app, TuneIn.com, iHeartRadio, and Odyssey.com. Your smart speaker can find us too. With radio, there is no separation anxiety. We're always on. AM 560, The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. The U.S. fired another round of missiles at the Houthi rebels over their attacks on shipping in the Red Sea.
The U.S. launched another strike in Yemen. The target, a Houthi radar site. It was carried out by the USS Carney using Tomahawk land attack missiles and is considered follow-on action to strikes carried out yesterday.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. House Republicans going after elite universities over the harassment of Jewish students. Lawmakers threatening in a letter to revoke the school's tax-exempt status.
A Harvard spokesman telling the student newspaper the university is reviewing the letter and will be in touch with the committee regarding its request. MIT says we maintain our steadfast commitment to protecting students' rights to free expression while ensuring that our campus is safe and free from harassment and discrimination.
That's Fox's Alexis McAdams reporting. America is listening to Fox News.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refunds belong to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Save up to 80% when you file with TaxSlayer. Start for free.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
When you're serious about your concealed carry training and education and are ready to learn from an active police officer with a teaching degree, check out Illinois Concealed Carry Training in Midlothian. You'll learn safe, responsible firearm use, home defense planning, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and how to remain physically, morally, and financially safe in the event you must use your firearm in self-defense or the defense of another. Weekday and weekend classes available.
I'm Sergeant Gary Carr, police firearms trainer and the owner of Illinois Concealed Carry Training. We'll arm you with what really counts, knowledge and training. All concealed carry curriculums are not created equal. This may be the single most important decision you'll ever make for yourself and your loved ones. Choose between 3 and 16-hour classes that are available both weekdays and weekends. We are your one-stop for concealed carry classes, fingerprints, and legal defense plans.
Register for a class today and get 10% off class fees with promo code AM560. Visit IllinoisConcealedCarry.com. That's IllinoisConcealedCarry.com.
When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, commercial property, or even vacant land, let attorney Susan J. Kim step in. She's reliable, responsive, personable, and extremely thorough when helping you deal with an otherwise stressful transaction. Attorney Kim leads with her values and is committed to providing legal services with excellence. To contact Attorney Kim, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com. Whether it's drafting agreements, negotiating contract terms, or closing on a property, Attorney Susan J. Kim can do it all. Over 10 years of experience and her wealth of knowledge tackling complicated legal negotiations and breaking them down into a smooth, easy-to-understand process is what she does best. So let Attorney Susan J. Kim step in. To schedule your legal consultation today, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com or call 847-906-3166. Susan J. Kim Attorney at Law is a state of Illinois licensed real estate attorney.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like saddling up and chasing down.
Look at that sweet moolah!
That big old cash cow.
Look at all that money!
File for free with TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in the studio. Hey, Hoff Daddy, when I filled in for Sean Thompson, I played an audio clip of a migrant who was from Iran. He came over here. I think it was was that with you and I?
It was me and you.
The 28th of December, Hoff Daddy?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. If you could put that up on the board, I'd love to play that. Valon, as I was stating before we took all those calls, I am getting to the point. I think it was Sean Thompson's show. I don't see the audio clip that I was looking for. I thought it was the Sean Thompson show. He played an audio clip. Somebody played. I was listening to radio somewhere. And they played an audio clip about how extreme these Republicans are. The extreme MAGA, extreme. Joe Biden released, an extreme House Republican chaos is marching us toward a government shutdown. That was back in September. And throughout, all you see is extreme Republicans, extreme MAGA. If you put in extreme and Republican, you should see how many other articles pop up about Republicans are the problem. Republicans are the problem. Help me understand this. Help me rationalize this in my own mind. What's extreme about wanting to protect our borders? Let me go through it first, okay? What's extreme? No, answer. What's extreme about protecting? Quick answers. What's extreme about protecting our borders?
Well, I'm gonna tell you how they were just lying a few minutes ago.
Well, no. I said we'll get to that.
Oh,
a rapid fire. Give me a quick answer. What's extreme about America and Republicans wanting to protect the border?
Well, in my mind, nothing's extreme as far as wanting to protect our borders, but they believe that we can take in more people than we are.
I don't agree with that, but okay. What about protecting our kids? What's extreme about not wanting our kids? There was I think it was Charlie Kirk that posted. There was a stripper stripping for kids at a drag show. Just recently, like literally stripping, Valon. Tell me what's extreme about Republicans and those on the right wanting to protect these innocent-minded kids.
I can't get into the mind of the Democrat when it comes to stuff like that. You know I don't like that LGBTQ.
Tell me what's extreme about protecting, about abortion up to 9 months, up to birth. I mean, that's extreme, right?
I think it's extreme, but they believe that it's their body, it's their choice, it's a woman's right to choose. That's
why do Republicans allow the left to browbeat them about how extreme they are? When you look at it, Democrats and the left are the extremists.
They are.
Why Why isn't that conversation being had right now?
Listen, when you talk to the average person about that issue, the average man that I talk to, they shrug their shoulders and they say, well, that's her baby. That's their problem. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm a man. I can't make her have it or not make her have it. So the average person kind of agrees with the Democrat.
Yeah.
The
Up to
average
9
person.
months.
Up to 9 months.
I think there are people that agree with it. I don't think the average person agrees with it.
I
think there are people who, not up to 9 months, they agree that a person should be able to have an abortion at a reasonable time of
Check this out.
gestation.
I was just listening to Prep Winkle, and she bragged about how they won the governorship in Kentucky on that issue.
Yeah.
They have a Democrat governor in Kentucky, and he ran on the issue of a woman's right to choose.
And what's his name ran on the exact opposite.
And lost.
And he pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, and he lost.
And he lost because the average person kind of agrees that it's a woman's choice.
And
I don't.
Listen.
I mean, well,
right.
The exceptions. You know the exceptions. I got the 3 exceptions. But other than that, I think the baby should be born.
Okay.
Or be responsible.
Okay. Open borders. Is that extreme?
I think open borders are extreme.
Is what's happening in our country open borders at this moment?
Basically.
Is anybody that's coming here, almost everybody that's coming here, are they being allowed into our country?
Yes.
Are we doing anything about that?
Certain governors are trying,
Yeah.
but they're being stopped.
So is it extreme of Governor Abbott to send people to places that have said we are sanctuary for those who come into this country illegally?
No, you asked for it.
Oh, say that again?
You asked for it.
Oh, yeah, but I thought it's extreme.
That's what they say.
And as I said, when he's dealing with, we don't really know the true number of how many people. And then when you look at, now we can get into it, when we go into the next segment with this too. This Texas sent their National Guard to protect the border. You know why? Border Patrol was cutting the wires and the Eagle Pass and everything. So then that was what was it, the Fifth Court of Appeals? Was that the Fifth Court of Appeals? There's an article here somewhere. Where's it at? Come on. Yeah, the Fifth Circuit put a stay on it. Said basically the Border Patrol agents could not cut the wires anymore. So now they want this now to go to the U.S. Supreme Court now, so that to see does Texas have the authority to send the National Guard in there to stop the Border Patrol agents from just allowing people in. And your guy, Eisendrive, whatever his name is, twisted this. How?
He twisted it. He said that Abbott is stopping the federal government from coming in and shoring up the border.
But they're not shoring it up.
It's not true.
At the time. You listen to Black and Right. We'll be right back.
Yeah, that's what he did.
My son was saying, Mom, why are you paying so much for this? The supplement store has the exact same thing. And I said, no, they don't. You know, because he was telling me that they have similar products as Balance of Nature. But then when he came over to my house and he looked at the label of the Balance of Nature about all the, ingredients and everything, he realized, oh, yeah, this is a superior product.
Step into the new year with a new you. Start your journey to better health by calling 1-800-246-8751 or by going to balanceofnature.com and signing up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first order, plus a free fiber and spice supplement with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this exclusive holiday offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Are you tired of going online every day and getting news meant to make you afraid? Or meaningless celebrity gossip fighting for your attention? Want something different? Something positive? Make your new homepage Christianity.com with daily devotionals, answers to life's tough questions, and meaningful Bible study from favorite pastors and authors on today's current events and issues. Now you have a homepage that reflects your life and your faith. Join the thousands of others who have joined Christianity.com and experience the difference that good news can make in your life.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
Matthew.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just need you to listen to me.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thanks, Mom, for never giving up and always being my biggest fan.
Thank you for letting me know what you expect, so I can try to meet your expectations.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right with John Anthony. I'm the troublemaker. And if you want to call in, call in. These last few minutes, we're talking about the border crisis and what's going on and who's extreme. Is it the Democrats or is it the Republicans? I kind of think it's the Democrats.
You said before we went to the break that Joe Biden and his administration is arguing that they are shoring up the border. Help me understand how they're shoring up the border.
Well, they said, their talkers, their radio talkers are saying that they want to come in and shore up the border, but governors like Greg Abbott is stopping him from doing it.
Okay, so listen to this. Within the past 3 years, the Texas Military Department has spent $11 million to place 70,000 rolls of concertina wire. Did I say that right, Hoff Daddy? Concertina wire in different parts of the Texas-Mexico border. Most notably in Eagle Pass, where migrants have been seriously injured trying to get through the wire. Border Patrol agents began cutting through the wire or removing it to apprehend migrants or assist injured people, which triggered a lawsuit by Texas Attorney General Ken Patton that claimed federal agents were illegally destroying state property. So,
who are you going to believe?
Put more wire out there.
What?
Push it out there even further.
Yeah. Let Greg Abbott do his job, because when he was doing that, before he started busing people, he was doing that.
Yeah.
They stopped him from putting up a border, a border defense.
Yeah.
You know, so it's who do you?
But how's that extreme?
It's not.
How is it extreme that he wants to protect? He was duly elected the governor of Texas to protect the citizens of Texas, of the great state of Texas. Right? 12,000 people crossed in Eagle Pass. Amy Jacobson, when I was filled in with her, 12,000 people in one day.
In one day.
And we don't see this as an issue or as a problem?
Well, the Democrats don't, because they
see voters.
And they want to replace people.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Yeah, well,
can I say that?
Well,
they want to replace people.
Listen, Valon, you know me. Because I don't want those people calling in. John Anthony hates immigrants. No, I don't. I'm on record saying I believe it's going to be the immigrant that saves America. Those who have done it the right way. Because you've seen those clips where people are saying, who are you voting for? Illegal immigrants.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Biden. He let us come here. Joe Biden. I'm voting for Joe. How are you voting? Bruh.
Bruh. Right. That's the first question.
How
do you vote?
My daughter would say, bruh.
How do you vote?
How are you voting? Because especially in states like Illinois, where an illegal immigrant's driver's license look exactly like You don't
Do
think
you
this is
really
all part
think
of the
they
plan?
care?
You don't think this is all part of the plan?
If you can vote in local elections, you're voting.
In New York, you can, right? Is it in New York?
Yeah, in
really?
New York you can.
Yeah, remember, what's his name? Nadler didn't even know it. They're not voting.
He's an idiot.
Yes, they are. Let's go to Ray from Arlington Heights. Ray, welcome to Black and Right.
Hey, John Averlon.
How's it going?
Good. Hey, listen, I had an incident during the week, and maybe this would shine a little light on what's going on. There's this one girl. She's probably about late 20s, early 30s, and I was talking to her, and all of a sudden politics came up, and she matter-of-factly came up and said that I didn't vote for Trump because of the indictments.
Right.
So the first thing that came out of my mouth was, you can indict a ham sandwich.
That's right.
All right? So she like shrugged it off, it meant nothing. So then later on I left, and I came back and I said, do you know what an indictment is? And she looked at me and I said, an indictment is basically an allegation. It's basically a legal term. It's an allegation of wrongdoing.
Right.
And I told her, I looked at her and I said, I can indict you for going through my garbage. and she looked at me kind of like, but the bottom line is this. We have a lot of people that, the old axiom that you tell a lie, it goes around the world twice before the truth goes around. That one last thing. When I was back during the Al Gore Bush election, I was working as a waiter at a country club, and there was this one woman, and it just struck me. She said she's going to vote for Al Gore because she likes his ass.
What?
Dude, that happens.
No. The bottom line is, we are dealing with idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Fools and idiots that will accept. So when you hear the word extreme, there are a lot of people that are going to hear that, and they're going to take that to heart, and they're going to say, oh, yeah, they're extremists.
Yeah.
There's nothing more extreme than the Democratic Party right now.
I agree 100%. Thank you so much, Ray. I really appreciate it. I want to play this clip really quickly. Where'd it go? I just saw it. Oh, listen to Tom Homan.
Now, with respect to the border issue, it's my view that the administration will continue to proceed and make sure that these discussions are consistent with our values as a nation of immigrants, but also consistent with our values as a nation anchored in the rule of law.
If an agreement is reached, do you believe the Speaker will put it on the floor?
That remains to be seen
that's
because
not it. It says Tom Homan border. Why did? Remember the Tom Homan border clip I played when he talked about the gotaways and that was it's titled Tom Homan border, but it's not Tom Homan. Valon, we got to save our country. We're gonna save our country. It's gonna take people waking up, like the girl. I want to vote for what's his name because of his butt. Really? But that happens.
Yeah.
You listen to Black and Right. We'll be right back.
Attention business owners and anyone who makes some marketing decisions for your company. Amy Jacobson here. It's a new year, and what are you doing to jumpstart your business and reach new customers? If you do the same thing you did in 2023, then you should expect the same results. But we have some good news. We still have opportunities for you to become a Food for the Poor business benefactor. Make a one-time tax-deductible donation of $2,500, and AM 560 will give you 40 one-minute commercials to air right here on this radio station. That gift will feed more than 60 children in Latin America and the Caribbean for an entire year. And you'll reach a new audience of potential customers. Don't wait. Call Anjanette Natowski right now, 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951. Or visit 560theanswer.com/food for the poor.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you'll destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Listen tomorrow morning for inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes. Tomorrow morning at 7 on AM 560. The Answer.
Retirement planning can be complicated. From asset and legacy protection to retirement income and extended care, you need a plan. Tune in to Retirement and Income Radio, hosted by well-known Chicagoland financial educator Mark Kohler. Mark helps listeners in or near retirement protect their savings from market volatility while creating lifetime guaranteed income. Listen to Retirement and Income Radio Sunday afternoons at 3:30 on AM 560 The Answer, or call Mark now at 844-619-SAFE.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in the studio. Let's go straight to the phone lines with the troublemaker, Eduardo from Tampa Bay. Eduardo.
Hey, guys.
What's up, brother?
What's going on? Yeah, so I'm responding to 1200 South. Berlano will know who that is. He got upset because we should be imprisoning employers for letting illegals work here in the U.S. But I need to remind this person, 1200 South, that we had the Germany economy that was really doing well, but because of COVID and immigration, their economy now is in a tank. And Brian Terry, remember Brian Terry?
Yeah.
They were doing the gun running during Obama.
Yep.
Because this person claims that we're the ones sending guns over to the cartels, but that's a foul because that's incorrect. The ATF and the Obama administration was sending guns over there. So I got 2 cases there, so too bad.
Hey, Eduardo, did you hear about, so I saw a video on TikTok where they had to remove kids from their school. They had to do an e-learning day. Was that New York or Chicago?
No, that was Brooklyn. Yeah, Amy Jacobson brought that up during the week. But yeah, I saw that on Daily Mail. I see everything on Daily Mail. I don't even need to go to Drudge.
Yeah.
I do go on Drudge, but Daily Mail, they got everything. It's almost like being in front of a government computer.
I know.
Yeah,
I use Daily Mail a lot for show prep. So, I mean, but think about that. Valon, Hoff Daddy, Eduardo, listeners. They removed your students in Brooklyn, American citizens, for people who came here illegally. Removed them. It was only for a day, I believe it was. But think about that.
That's crazy.
Think about that.
They took them out of school, put them on
Thanks,
Zoom.
Eduardo.
Put them on Zoom. Again, epic failure, at-home learning, but they did it again just for illegal aliens.
Now, was that my boy, Adams, who made that decision?
Did he make the decision? I don't know if he ultimately made the decision or not.
Well, he runs New York, right?
He runs New York, but some of those decisions, they leave up to the local bosses.
I mean, but think about that. You're not going to tell the mayor of a city that you're going to take he knew.
I believe
he knew. Come on, bruh. He knew. But this is what we're dealing with. And Valon, what I don't understand is people are accepting this.
You see it all around you. Look at Chicago. They accept all of the crazy stuff that the mayor does and all of these local bosses. They just accept it. Like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it.
Right. I'm so excited about the next hour, Valon. Guys, get your popcorn ready. Former Capitol Police Lieutenant Tarek Johnson will be joining us in the next hour. He sent you a text saying, "Oh, he's supposed to do it at 4. Oh, wait a minute. You and I were behind me. I'm still at work." He goes, "I'm still at work. I can't do it at 4 o'clock your time. I got to do it 5 o'clock your time." I'm like, cool, no problem with that. But I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a good interview because some of the questions that I'm going to pose to him is going to, it's going to be, stuff that we don't know.
Okay.
And Valon, had you heard of him prior to me mentioning him, Tarek Johnson?
No, I didn't.
Whistleblower, not being treated like a whistleblower. I didn't realize he was on Tucker. He's been doing a round of interviews. He told me, man, I'm done. I'm tired of interviews. He said, this is tiring. He said, so many people have reached out to me. He says, you're going to be the last interview I do. You will be the last interview I do. So I was like, well, I really appreciate that. And while he's on the phone, hopefully I'm going to see if he'll take some calls.
Okay.
Cash Lee Kelly's going to call in too.
Can't wait to hear from him.
Yeah. And so don't go anywhere. Share the feed right now. I'm on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. Let me finish the interview and let me request from him to take calls. So don't call in just yet. I want this to be a good, solid interview. You're listening to Black and Right, Hour 2, with Tarek Johnson coming up next.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Guevalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app. Or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
Another missile strike in Yemen. I'm Roger Stern, Fox News. Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu says his country will continue its fight against Hamas and won't be stopped by anyone, not even the International Court of Justice. Fox's Jill Nader with that.
The International Court of Justice at The Hague held 2 days of hearings this past week about South Africa's allegations that Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians. South Africa has asked the court to order Israel to stop its attacks, but Prime Minister Netanyahu said in a televised speech Israel is going for nothing less than victory over Hamas, and nothing will stop his country. And he made it clear that Israel will ignore any orders from The Hague. The Israelis have been saying that ending the war would mean a win for Hamas, which has been calling for Israel's destruction for years. Jill Nader, Fox News.
Another strike carried out by U.S. forces against Houthi rebels in Yemen in retaliation for their attacks on cargo ships in the Red Sea. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson.
This is the third country where President Biden has authorized airstrikes against Iran's proxy forces in recent weeks. The president spoke about the strikes yesterday in Pennsylvania.
I've already delivered the message to Iran. They know not to do anything.
Houthis, that the attacks will stop. Will you continue with the strikes, sir?
We will make sure that we respond to the Houthis as they continue this outrageous behavior, along with our allies.
Now, while some Democrats blasted the effort, many Republicans are rushing to the president's defense. The U.S. forces carrying out another strike earlier this morning in Yemen. The guided missile destroyer USS Carney fired Tomahawk cruise missiles at a Houthi radar site to cripple their effort to fire missiles and drones at commercial shipping in the Red Sea.
UK also threatening more strikes. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
We've got a wind chill advisory in effect tonight. Mostly cloudy, breezy with a bit of snow ending after midnight. No real accumulation. Total snowfall 4 to 8 inches and dangerously cold tonight with a low 3 below. Tomorrow a mix of clouds and sunshine, much colder than today with a high only 2. Clouds and sun Monday, frigid with a high 0. I'm forecaster Rose Tamburino on AM 560. The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
We all know that aches and pains come with simply getting older, but it doesn't mean you have to accept it. That's why I want to tell you about a special lady, Leah from Ohio, and her Relief Factor story. One Sunday, Leah was sitting on the couch in so much pain she was literally in tears. That's when she decided to try Relief Factor. Just 8 days later, she found relief, and she continued to get better and better. To quote her, she said, "I am truly amazed at this product. Like me, who after 9, almost 10 years, almost a decade of low back pain, lost that pain thanks to Relief Factor. If you're living with aches and pains, see how Relief Factor, a daily drug-free supplement, could help you feel and live better every day. Get the 3-week quick starter pack at relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. It all comes with the feel better or your money back guarantee. That number, 1-800-4RELIEF. relieffactor.com.
This is Carol Platt-Liebau for townhall.com. Claudine Gay has now stepped down as Harvard's president, though she still will collect the same hefty $900,000 salary. Attempting to salvage Gay's reputation, her supporters have accused her critics of hypocrisy. They argue Claudine Gay's detractors attributed her promotion to her race and gender, and now are using her ouster to undermine DEI efforts. The claim is just projection. It's Gay's supporters who are guilty of race-conscious behavior. When Gay was named president of Harvard, it was her fans who emphasized her sex and color. She was forced out for reasons having nothing to do with either. Gay's fans charged that her critics want a world where she can't win because of her immutable characteristics. Actually, they want one where she can't lose because of them. Either would be noxious, discounting individual choices and abilities in favor of stereotypes and group rights. That's not the American way.
Are you tired of going online every day and getting news meant to make you afraid? Or meaningless celebrity gossip fighting for your attention? Want something different? Something positive? Make your new homepage Christianity.com with daily devotionals, answers to life's tough questions, and meaningful Bible study from favorite pastors and authors on today's current events and issues. Now you have a homepage that reflects your life and your faith. Join the thousands of others who have joined Christianity.com and experience the difference that good news can make in your life.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. If you missed that first hour, head over to 560theanswer.com, download the podcast. I'm telling you, the people, the powers that be here love to see the downloads of the podcast. You would do me a great honor, if you can go and download the podcast, share this feed. Hoff Daddy, I sent you Tarek's number. He's ready now. Okay. I'm really excited. When you think about Lieutenant Tarek Johnson and how he served for 22 years, if I'm correct, he served for 22 years as a Capitol Police officer. I have no idea what he's doing now. Maybe he'll tell us, maybe he won't, but I will pose the question to find out what he's doing. But if he had anything to say that we didn't know about, if Tarek Johnson had anything against Trump, and if he would have been saying all these things anti-Trump, he would have been on every major television like all those other Capitol Police officers. And I know he doesn't want to denigrate the other officers because I know how that is when you serve with, as a former police officer myself, the denigration of other officers who put their life on the line that day as well. But without further ado, I hope I say his name right. Tarek Johnson, former lieutenant for the Capitol Police. Welcome to Black and White Radio.
And thank you for having me, John. I appreciate it.
Did I say your name right?
Perfectly.
Man, I was saying Tariq. I'm from the hood, so Tariq. That looked like Tariq. That looked like Tariq to me.
And the thing is, if it starts with a T, I'll pretty much answer up. People crush my name all the time. So I'm used to it, though. But you said it perfectly, though. Thank you.
Yeah, and I saw people calling you TK in some of your interviews that you did. I guess they didn't want to butcher your name.
Yeah, and TK is my nickname. Most of the Capitol Police officers know me by TK, so I'm fine with TK or Tarek. I know the answer. If it starts with a T, like I said, I know the answer.
Now, you served 22 years on the Capitol Police.
23 and a half.
23 and a half. 22 or 23? I didn't hear that.
23 and a half.
23 and a half. I want people to know, who is Tariq Johnson. I also want you to tell us, why didn't the J6 committee not interview somebody that was there on the ground? And before you answer those questions, I want people to hear something you said while you were at Turning Point. It's a quick 11 seconds. And when I saw this, because this is how I found out who you were. I was on Charlie Kirk's Turning Point page, and I saw this.
One of the things that I'm trying to get people to focus on is that we were all set up. If you were on the ground that day, you were 100% set up. J6 was a 100% setup. I called it an absolute setup. Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful. So talk to us. Who are you? And you know, I look at it and I don't see you as having whistleblower status. And why is that?
That's because J. Thomas Manger found a way to not include Capitol Police officers, so we're not covered under the Federal Whistleblower Protection Act.
Did this happen after J6?
I can't say when it happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't affect me until after J6 when I got hit with it. But no, we're not covered under that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now, who are? And introduce to my listening audience who you are.
Okay, everybody. My name is Tariq Johnson. Most people just call me TK. I was a lieutenant with the United States Capitol Police. I served 23 and a half years. I was promoted from officer to special agent in 2003, and I served and protected mostly Senator Patrick Leahy of Vermont. I also worked with Hillary Clinton when she was a senator. I also protected for a while Tom Daschle. I was on his detail at times. Senator Lieberman, Senator Bill Frist, House Speaker Dennis Hastert. I was on his protected detail sometimes. So after I did that for approximately 2 years, I got promoted to sergeant in 2004, where I was a sergeant for 13 and some change years. I worked almost every assignment at the Capitol Police as far as the Uniform Services Bureau. I worked in the Patrol Division. I won Officer of the Year in 2012 for it was a tunnel, a bus explosion. A school bus had exploded. Luckily, no kids were on board, but the tunnel filled with smoke and took out the lights. People were running out of the tunnel, smoke inhalation. I took a lot of smoke inhalation, but we got everybody out of the tunnel with no fatalities. And I received the Officer of the Year. I was one of 4 recipients of the Officer of the Year award. I took the lieutenant's exam, and I was promoted to lieutenant in 2018. Okay. Yeah, in 2018, where I was to the Capital Division, and I was assigned to the Capital Division on January 6, 2021, in the capacity of I was the routine operations commander of the Capitol building in charge of protection for the security for the certification of the election during the counting of the electoral vote. So that was my job.
So you were on the ground?
Capitol. I was one of the commanders in the Capitol, yes.
Okay. Now, walk me through the process. Now, I know as a police officer, when we have different, like when Obama came through, we had different people come through. Now, the command, they had their meeting. Then the sergeants, lieutenants, and all that, they would have their meeting, and then the sergeants would brief us on what happened. Did that occur during, what was the briefing like? What did you guys know? What did you guys expect? And on January 6th, the briefing as it was explained to you guys, National Guard, did you guys have National Guard access? Talk to us about that process of how that went about.
John, we didn't even have a briefing.
Wow.
They basically told us in so many words that this is going to be a basic mega rally like we've had before. We did, and I would give those briefings. Those, because typically when you have a big event, you would have a lieutenant give the briefing. No, I was never told. I was never sent anything. We had no idea what was about to come. And the only person that knew what was going to occur as far as upper level command at the top, when you have the 1, 2, and 3, number 1 was Chief Stephen's son, who was in charge of the overall department, and you had two bureaus. You have the Operations Bureau and you have the Intelligence Bureau. The Operations Bureau was commanded by Assistant Chief Chad Thomas. He had no idea what was coming. The Intel Division was IICD, was led by, her name was Yogananda Pitt.
Explain that those acronyms, because you Capitol people love to use those acronyms. What is that acronym?
That's the Intelligence Division.
Okay.
Intelligence. Okay. So she was in charge of the Intelligence Division. So you had those two bureaus. She had the intel of what was going to occur, so she knew what was going to occur.
And didn't tell you guys, didn't relay that to you guys.
She absolutely did not. She kept the report, and she never sent it to the people who needed the report. You got to, at the very least, send it to the people at the Capitol. She didn't even do that. She sat on the report. But during congressional testimony, she testified, and you can pull this up, so you don't have to believe me. You can fact check me. You can pull up her testimony, and she said she distributed the document to all her deputies. And one deputy came out. His name was Jeffrey J. Pickett. He was the deputy chief under her. And he said after he departed the department, after he retired, he said, no, she never sent that document. The document was entitled 21 TD 159. It was a Capitol Police Intelligence Report. She never sent it to anybody. She kept the report hidden.
Wow. So you guys went in there blind, pretty much.
It wasn't pretty much. Absolutely blinded. And we were short-staffed because we didn't know this was going to be a big event.
So now I understand why the J6 committee did not want you to be interviewed, because you would have destroyed their narrative.
Exactly. And how do you not interview the person who was in charge of routine operations on that day? And I don't know if you know this, but I was the one that ordered the evacuation.
Wait, say that again. You broke up.
I was the one who led the evacuation of the Capitol building of both the House and the Senate.
Oh, my goodness.
And they would not interview me. I never got an interview.
Okay. Tariq, we got to take a break. Wow. This is just it everything that I've said about J6, and my co-host here, he'll tell you everything that I've said about J6. You've just confirmed that I saw this as an opportunity for them to do some things, and it sounds like that's exactly what happened. Tariq Johnson, hold the line. You're listening to Black and White Radio. We're interviewing Lieutenant Tariq Johnson. We'll be right back.
Just as a 23-year Marine, this angers me. But if I had left one confidential document out overnight on a desk, I would have lost my career.
It's a long way to the nomination. I still believe that Joe Biden will not be the nominee and somebody else will be.
It is very, very worrisome that Donald Trump is able to somehow convince so many Americans that he deserves any position of serious power.
Join the Beyond the Beltway conversation Sunday night from 10 to midnight right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Well, I've been taking it for some time. We saw the ad, and we thought we would give it a try. And I noticed after the first month, we just felt better. I told my doctor, too, and she said, this sounds like a really good product for you to be taking. We plan to take it for life.
I ran this by my doctor. I always run it by her, everything I take, and I told her I've been taking this for a while. Is this okay to take? She goes, oh, this is wonderful for you to take. Keep taking it. She goes, I approve this. This is very good. So she said, yes. This is one thing you can take that's very good. I'm not going to stop taking out into nature.
Step into the new year with a new you. Go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first order, plus a free fiber and spice supplement. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this exclusive holiday offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill wearing skates? If you run or manage a local business today, you're challenged like never before. We get it, and we want to help. We're Salem Surround. We're a full-service marketing agency that'll help you increase your customer base by designing incredibly effective plans to reach your consumers day, night, and everywhere they might be.
If you're a local business and want to see what Salem Surround can do for you, visit surroundchicago.com. Remember to visit surroundchicago.com today.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund is belong to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax-confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Save up to 80% when you file with TaxSlayer. Start for free.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Where can you go anytime, day or night, to hear full-length radio programs from favorites like John MacArthur, Greg Laurie, and Chuck Swindoll? The new OnePlace.com. Where can you get free devotionals, podcasts, and articles on issues like marriage and parenting, politics and current events, and Christian living for men and women? The new OnePlace.com. Your favorite Christian teachers, online and on mobile at OnePlace.com. OnePlace.com.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. Before the break, we were talking to former Lieutenant of the Capitol Police, Tarek Johnson. Tarek, I got another guest co-host on the line, Cash Kelly. He was actually one of the J6 people that got locked up. He's on the line. He's joining us right now. Cash, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Okay, so I got one or two more questions, and I'm gonna pass it on to Valon and then to Cash. I know use of force. I was a policy writer. I helped write the policy for our department when I was with the Kendall County Sheriff's Department. I was a policy writer. I helped write a couple of the policies that we had there. The use of force that was used on Ashley Babbitt. Help me understand and help my mind understand with the officers behind it. It sounded like there was like no communications. Is there a different set of use of force for that area that they were in, for them to take her out the way she was killed, with no weapons in her hand? Anything? Is there a different set of use of force there?
Well, the use of force, you're a police officer. You're a police officer,
Yeah.
Use of force is use of force. It's pretty much standard. You may have certain policies and procedures that may be a little bit different, but especially when it comes to deadly force, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So now, as it relates to that day, on January the 6th, this was like no other day in the history of our government.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send it to you. And I was just looking for it so I could put it in your box. I'll do that by the time we have the next break.
Okay.
But the radio transmissions that day, have you heard them?
I've listened to it. It's what 7 hours worth of radio?
Okay. The Capitol Police radio, not the Metropolitan.
Oh, whatever you showed on shared on Twitter, that's what I've listened to.
Okay. Yeah, so if you listen to that radio transmission, and I know you don't know our call signs, but the lower the number, we needed to hear Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. We didn't hear those unit numbers.
That's command.
The lower the number is, the higher the person is.
Command, yeah.
So you had Yogananda Pittman, who was Unit 2. Chad Thomas was Unit 3. Chief Son was Unit 1. So when you didn't hear that direction.
No.
And even one of the transmissions that I made, because it was surreal to me that day, when the Capitol was actually breached and somebody called out the breach, I was like, oh, this is it. And I went over the radio and I said, listen, we have hundreds of demonstrators in the building. We need some direction. What do you want us to do? I'm begging for help, begging. Wow. And I'm begging Yogananda Pittman because I know she's there because I heard her on the radio. I don't know what the other ones are, but I know she's there. So I'm begging her for help, John. And she ghosted me. But she didn't just ghost me. She ghosted everybody. So you had people yelling and screaming. So now the mindset, when you think that your command, they've taken the launch codes and left, and now you're in the House lobby, and this person is coming through your last line of defense. I believe that the DOJ, and I believe that they got it right. They used a different standard, and I had never heard of it before, but they believe that the force used on January 6th from everybody involved was objectively reasonable, and I agree with that under the circumstances.
Even the shooting and even the shooting of an unarmed person.
Now, when it comes to that particular situation, now the overall event, the DOJ said that the use of force, the Capitol Police, Metropolitan use, was objectively reasonable. Now, when it comes to Michael Byrd's case, I have to defer to the DOJ.
Yeah.
Why? Because they conducted all the interviews of the people that were there. They have the evidence. They have the basis on which they judged it and decided it was objectively reasonable.
Yeah,
So
and you know what? Wait, really quickly, because you saw the two officers that were behind. They were like shocked. Like, why did you shoot her? Like, that's the look that they had on their face. Like, wait a minute, they didn't even take action.
What, you talking about the guys with the long guns?
Yeah.
They came up after she got shot. They weren't right there when she got shot.
Okay.
So they were probably shocked that it was a person shot on the ground.
Yeah.
Because as Capitol Police officers, we don't deal with that.
Right.
I mean, most people call us flashlight cops, and like like if you have an arrest, that's like a big deal. That's like news.
Yeah.
If you give a parking ticket, some officers haven't had to do that. So to see a person shot and bleeding on the floor was a shocker.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I got two quick questions, and I'm gonna defer to Villan. Now, the first one is, were there any feds within the crowd? Did the feds incite the riots? And then my next one is, help me understand. From what I understand, it was a very peaceful environment. Did they start going berserk after they started shooting canisters, or was that according to the timeline? When did they engage into the Capitol? When did they go into the Capitol? Was it after they had been shot at, or was it after they burst through the barricades?
You mean what time that the Capitol was breached? The actual Capitol building itself was breached at about 2:00.
Okay. Now, when did they shoot the canisters?
I think they were doing that before and after 2:00.
Oh, before. Because a lot of people have said that it was after they started shooting the canisters into the crowds. That's when they got violent.
When I walked out, because I came out onto the Upwards Terrace at, I think it was like 1:07.
Yeah.
And I don't know what time the first canister was fired, but I could see fighting when I came out there at 1:00.
Now, were those Trump supporters?
And then after that, after I came out, then I heard like the boom, boom, boom. I mean, it sounded. I mean, it was. I mean, like I saw colors. I saw like like gas. It looked like a rainbow at some certain points out there. I don't know where it was coming from. It was coming all over. But I can tell you this: when I first went out there on the early stages, I saw they were throwing water bottles and they were throwing like metal pipes and stuff at the police officers on the ground that day. I watched it happen.
Oh, wow. Now, what about, were there feds within that crowd? And were some of these people, because I saw feds coming in, showing their badges, dressed like Trump supporters. I mean, we would have never known that had these videos not been released, right?
Well, no question. I believe there was federal agents in the crowd, no question.
What about Antifa?
Why they were there, I don't know. Were they there for nefarious purpose? I don't know. And that will have to be looked at later.
Who was Ray Epps?
What was that?
Who was Ray Epps?
I was told he was the guy who just, I know that on, I think it was the same day, I saw a video of him yelling and screaming and telling people that they needed to go inside of the Capitol building.
Man, John, you just cleaned the plate. You didn't even leave me any scraps, man. I mean, my God, I'm over here brainstorming just to ask you a question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle all the way back to getting to know you when John asked you to describe yourself to people. Okay, I'm going to ask the question that's at the back of people's minds right now. After this whole J6 experience and your life experience in totality, do you consider yourself now a Democrat, Republican, conservative, or progressive? How do you align?
I was a lifelong Democrat, lifelong. And where I'm from, like I grew up, I guess you guys may have heard of the word hood.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I grew up in the hood. So me growing up, like if you were a Republican, you were a sellout.
Yeah.
So, and that was, me, my entire, most of my entire adult life. when I hit my 40s, my views started to shift toward conservative, but I was ashamed of that. And in 2016, I broke away from that and I voted for Trump in 2016. Now, in 2020, I voted for Biden. Now, the reason I voted for Biden is just because, like, I'm a country over party guy, you know, and I'm a people person and I'm an extroverted person, so I love people. And it hurt me to see my country so divided. So I was hoping that me voting for Biden, he could fix it. I love Trump's policy. But I was like, even though I like every single policy, like if you compared the policies one by one, Trump would have beat Biden 10-1.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's not for me. I need my country united again. And I was hoping that Biden could do it. Yeah. And I still wish he could do it. But obviously, our country is probably more divided now than it was when I voted.
Yeah. Hey, Tariq, when we come back from break, you think you could take some questions, callers?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I will say one more thing, too. And now I switched over last year, probably in the middle of last year, I'm now a Republican.
All right.
Oh, cool.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you're switching that vote. But I know when we come back from break, my buddy Cash has a question for you. So we'll take Cash questions for you. Give us a call, 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. If you have a question for the former lieutenant of the Capitol Police, Tariq Johnson, you've been so gracious with your time. I really appreciate it, Tariq. And I can't. Whenever I'm in that area, man, we gotta connect. Did that work for you?
Absolutely, 100%.
And when you're here in Chicago, you gotta come sit right here in the studio with us.
And I'm looking forward to it, and I think I'm gonna take you up on that.
All right, hey guys, more with former Lieutenant Tariq Johnson. We'll be right back.
This radio station is always on, but sometimes you need more content that you can take with you anywhere. That's why we invented the SalemPodcastNetwork.com. You'll find all the great hosts on this radio station, plus a few more, like Charlie Kirk, Dinesh D'Souza, Trish Regan, Jenna Ellis, and Dennis and Julie. There's literally no end to what we can teach you. It's like radio on demand, and just like radio, it's always on. Go find out what you're missing. Download the app, SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
Fox News, I'm Jack Callahan. Bitterly cold weather is gripping much of the U.S. for the first long holiday weekend of the year. It could be even longer for travelers.
The airports, a total mess. Flight cancellations, over 1,000 just in Chicago alone. Power outages all over the Great Lakes regions. Hundreds of thousands of people out of power.
Robert Ray of Fox Weather. Parts of 17 states are under a wind chill advisory. Nationwide, nearly 1,300 flights have been canceled, more than 5,000 delayed. Congressional sources tell Fox News that congressional negotiators have reached agreement on a stopgap measure to prevent a government shutdown next Friday night. The continuing spending resolution would still require approval from both houses of Congress and the president's signature. The reported agreement would seem to break House Speaker Johnson's pledge not to do another interim spending bill. America is listening to Fox News.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like saddling up and chasing down.
Look at that sweet moolah!
That big old cash cow.
Look at all that money!
File for free with TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Calling all firearm owners, enthusiasts, and Second Amendment patriots. Both experienced and novice customers are cordially invited to visit MOA Industries in Bensonville. MOA Industries is a Class 7 firearms dealer providing a myriad of services, including firearm sales, gunsmithing, certified Cerakote application, laser engraving, firearms instruction on a private range, firearms transfers for only $40, and discounts for veterans and first responders. With a large selection of firearms, customization services, and CCL license classes and renewals, MOA Industries strives to be your one-stop shop for all your firearms needs. Visit MOAindustries.com today. Your Second Amendment needs are the first priority. No high-pressure salesmen, just friendly, relaxed professionals dedicated to providing the best service possible. MOA Industries is located in nearby Bensonville. Ready to pull the trigger? Call 630-766-7593. That's 630-766-7593. Or visit online at MOAindustries.com. That's MOAindustries.com. MOAindustries.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, I'm Raquel.
And I'm Babette.
Here to invite you to listen to our show, Belly of the Beast,
where we tackle all the hot topics and issues that you are talking about today.
So join us each week for our
hard-hitting,
fun,
informative,
topical,
out there
radio show where we leave nothing on the table.
Belly of the Beast, heard every Saturday evening at 7, right here on AM 560, The Answer. And follow us on Facebook at Belly of the Beast IL.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. We got Cashley Kelly on the line. We have former Lieutenant of the Capitol Police, Tarek Johnson. Cash, take it away, baby.
What's going on, everybody? How are you today?
Doing well. You got a question for the... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I do. I actually do have a question for him. Hey, man, how did you feel about Officer Dunn's testimony before Congress? Do you know him?
I know him very well.
How did you feel about his testimony before Congress about the Oath Keepers when he was saying that they called him racial slurs and that he was scared for his life from them? And how did you feel?
Well, I wasn't there where he was. At the time he was there, and as far as if they did or they didn't, I've been hearing some people say it didn't happen. He said it happened. I don't know. I know for me, no one said it to me. I didn't hear anybody call me any racial slurs that day. Okay. But that day wasn't about race. It was about people being angry about the results of the election.
100%, I agree. Well, the reason I ask is because I was locked up with Kelly Meggs for over a year and a half, and Kenny Harrelson and Jessica Watkins. And you guys don't get to see the discovery that we have. That's still all sealed. They only release the footage that is not pertaining to people's actual cases. So in the discovery that he had, they showed the video of him with Dunn, and it showed Kelly Meggs and Kenneth Harrelson were there defending Officer Dunn, pushing people away to back up and to go the other way. And it was crazy to me because he went in front of Congress and completely lied and threw them guys under the bus when actually they were the ones that were there protecting them, and they were called white supremacists, even though they were there protecting a black police officer.
Wow.
I was just wondering how you felt about it.
Well, I don't know if you know my whole story, but I was also the black lieutenant who was on the East Front, and I recruited 2 Oath Keepers to help me on a mission to extract some officers that was trapped at a door, and they did. They both
Yeah,
were white.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, wow.
That's what's up, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. We were actually talking about you when we were incarcerated. You know,
wow.
You're a good dude, man, and I appreciate you. You know, for being a
Thank
good
you very
cop.
much. I appreciate it. That makes
doing
me
what a
feel
good
good.
cop's supposed to do.
I love it. Tarek, you willing to take some calls?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Chuck from Delavan, Wisconsin. What's up, brother?
Hey, how are you doing? I just wanted to tell you that I sat in my farmhouse today, and there was 200 snowmobiles went by. The snowmobile trails are open, and so the bar owners and the strippers are making a ton of money. None of the trails go to a church or go to a library. They go to every bar and every strip club in Wisconsin. So
wow.
I was just trying to fill you guys in on that, so I was just letting you know. I was just counting.
All right.
Yep, the economy's doing great.
All right, Chuck. Thank you. Let's go to Nick from the Northwest Side. Nick, what's your question?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Chuck is something. He's usually on. You probably know as the last caller.
Oh, I know who he is.
Monday through Friday.
We danced with him. We danced with him at the Freedom Summit when it was in Wisconsin. So I know exactly who he is.
Okay. Yeah. This is a good example why I like your show. Sometimes it's educational, like now. Sometimes you just have fun, and I enjoy listening to it. You know, first Saturday, it's perfect. And hello to Verlon, by the way.
How's it going, brother?
Great guy, honest, opinionated guy. Really respect the man. One thing I've had a problem with this January 6th business is that right from the beginning, an example I will use is that he was called a QAnon shaman or shaman or something like that. Yeah, that guy. He eventually was released from prison because when they showed all the video that the government has control over, they showed that he was brought in. Like you see, even then, you see sometimes the guards working there or security people, whatever you want to call them, they'd actually be smiling at people and motioning with their hands, come on in and look at this, look at that, motion to things, to show them things. How much more of this video is being held back? And maybe it's not even held back. Maybe somehow accidentally it's been destroyed, you know, like maybe they went to Hillary Clinton and found out how to do it, you know, I don't know what. You know?
Yeah.
So I just like to hear what the man's opinion is of it. You know, all these videos that a little bit came out for the QAnon shaman, but what else is missing?
And Nick,
thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick. And Tarek, you actually just had a conversation, meeting with him, right? The shaman.
With who? Oh, yes. And I was going to tell the people who are listening. I don't know how many people are listening to this.
A lot
today. But they should follow me on Twitter. My name. Just put my name in Tarik. Last name is Johnson. If you don't have a Twitter account, set one up. But I put a whole lot of stuff on there, and it's funny because I go through like certain months when I'm focusing on certain things. But I've been focusing on the video this month. The video is being held back by a man named J. Thomas Manger. He is arguably the most corrupt politician in the country. This is the man that's trying to stop the video from being released. And this is all on my Twitter. You can see the page. You can see who he is, everything.
What's the video? What's the contents?
Just the contents of the video. Now, the video, he doesn't want people to see the video. For whatever reason, he just does not want you to see the video. But the video is not the primary reason why he's holding it back. He's stalling because if people see the video, they're then going to want to see the NDAs that he forced USCP employees to sign. That's what he doesn't want people to see.
Whoa.
So the longer he can stall the video, the longer it's going to take for people to get to the NDAs. And like I said, once everybody sees all the videos, you're going to put two and two together, and you're going to find out what that day really was, and now you're going to want to see the NDAs, and that's what he's trying to prevent.
Wow. Can you stay for one more segment?
I can.
Okay. I really appreciate it. We're talking with former lieutenant for the Capitol Police, Tarek Johnson. We got our buddy Cash Lee Kelly on the line. Cash, how long can you stay?
I can stay, man. I got a good question, too. I want to ask.
Okay. All right. You're listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm John Anthony. He's the troublemaker. We'll be right back.
Man, you talk about hitting a grand slam, just feeling just incredible. And I mean, I haven't felt this great in years. I'm 52, and with these, wow. And I just appreciate, I'm impressed. I've never felt this great. I just want to say thank you to you guys.
Honey, I am like a different woman. I mean, finally one day I kept seeing that commercial and I said, what the heck? What do I got to lose? I started feeling a little bit better. So I got my sister on them. I got my daughter on them. I can't say enough about them. I really can't. Those commercials that you all do is the truth.
Step into the new year with a new you. Go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first order, plus a free fiber and spice supplement. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this exclusive holiday offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
We all know that aches and pains come with simply getting older, but it doesn't mean you have to accept it. That's why I want to tell you about a special lady, Leah from Ohio, and her Relief Factor story. One Sunday, Leah was sitting on the couch in so much pain she was literally in tears. That's when she decided to try Relief Factor. Just 8 days later, she found relief, and she continued to get better and better. To quote her, she said, "I am truly amazed at this product. Like me, who after 9, almost 10 years, almost a decade of low back pain, lost that pain thanks to Relief Factor. If you're living with aches and pains, see how Relief Factor, a daily drug-free supplement, could help you feel and live better every day. Get the 3-week quick starter pack at relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. It all comes with the feel better or your money back guarantee. That number, 1-800-4RELIEF. relieffactor.com. Are you ready for an adventure of a lifetime? Journey with me, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, on the Patriots Alaska cruise this summer. It's an incredible opportunity to engage with me and other like-minded patriots on an epic 7-day cruise over 4th of July weekend. Witness the untouched wilderness of Alaska while discussing America's future. What could be better? Join me from June 29th to July 6th. Call 855-565-5519 or reserve online. PatriotsAlaskaCruise.com.
Retirement planning can be complicated. From asset and legacy protection to retirement income and extended care, you need a plan. Tune in to Retirement and Income Radio, hosted by well-known Chicagoland financial educator Mark Kohler. Mark helps listeners in or near retirement protect their savings from market volatility while creating lifetime guaranteed income. Listen to Retirement and Income Radio Sunday afternoons at 3:30 on AM 560 The Answer, or call Mark now at 844-619-SAFE.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560 The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Red Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. Live in studio with the Troublemaker. We got Cash Lee Kelly joining us by phone, and former lieutenant for the Capitol Police, Tarek Johnson. Cash, you said you had another question for him?
Hey, Mr. Johnson. I was gonna ask you, man, because there's been a lot of confusion out there about it, with all the different news sources. How many Capitol Police officers died related to January 6th that day?
Is it actually on that day or as a result of January 6th?
On that day and as a result of January 6th.
2 Capitol Police officers, 3 Metropolitan Police officers.
But was
he died on January 6th?
No, 4 of those officers committed suicide. 1 died as a result of the physical impact of that day. His death was ruled it was ruled that he died of natural causes due to, I think, a seizure or something to that effect. On January the 7th.
And that's Sicknick, right?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's Brian Sicknick, or whatever his name is?
Brian Sicknick, yes. I was actually on the scene when he went down. I watched him. He was gone on the 6th. I don't care what anybody says. He was gone on the 6th.
But didn't he come back walking in the Capitol?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he went to after things settled down, he went to like a break area, and then he went down. He just went down, and then he never came back. I was there. I watched him. He was gone.
Yeah, rest in peace to that brother, man. I'm not trying to. I really want to know because, from what we do, and like I say in the discovery, they said in Tanyos and Julian Cater, their discovery, they tried to charge them with his death, but
no, they
videos came out later. then the videos came out later of him walking through the Capitol, and it came out that he died the day after, I believe.
He died. Yeah, they pronounced him dead the day after. Yes, but no, he wasn't. They didn't murder him. Now I believe that the effects of that day is why he's gone. But can I tie those two people to murdering him? No. The coroner said he died. Basically, I think it was natural causes to a seizure or whatever it was. And I'm going to go with what the coroner says. I believe it was because of that day, though, the impact of that day. But no, I'm not going to. I don't believe that if the coroner says he died this way, I'm going with the coroner.
Okay, sir. It's me again, Mr. TK. I got two quick questions for you.
They only have to be quick. You can take your time.
Okay. You personally, if you had it all to do again, would you do anything different? And my bigger question is, in hindsight, what do you see that could have been done by our elected leaders that could have stopped this from happening?
That day was going to happen now, I would say no. I wouldn't have done anything different other than I would have maybe done things quicker. But I would have had to have known that my assistant chief was basically letting this happen, and I couldn't have known that. If I had a crystal ball, I would have done things sooner. But no, I wouldn't have changed my actions. I believe everything I did, and I think once it all comes out in the wash, I think that I think most people would say I served my country well that day.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
Tarek, I want to play something. I want to get your opinion about it. This is on January 6th, conversations between, looks like an undercover. I couldn't see the badge. But I want to play this, and I want to get your take on it, okay? Here we go.
Well, we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd, so can you put that back in?
Did you hear what he said?
Thank you so much. Yep. It feels better?
Yeah, I heard what he said.
I just want to play that first part again. Listen really closely.
Well, we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd, so can you put that back in?
Bruh, what? I mean, was that you guys, or was that Metro? Was that FBI? Who was that?
I believe that was Metropolitan. I don't think it was Capitol.
But did you hear what he said? When we go undercover as Antifa.
I saw that video, and I did not recognize the officer. I do know that law enforcement, we put people in crowds like that so they can intel. But obviously, the question is, were federal agents in that crowd for nefarious purposes? And I guess somebody from the FBI at some point is going to have to address that. I can't address that, and I won't. It would be irresponsible for me to try to address that.
I would agree. But here's another question I have for you real quick. As I watched the videos, I'm a cop. I've charged people with trespass. I've written, I can't begin to tell you how many times I've arrested people for trespass. But if somebody allows somebody to come just walking in, how is that trespassing?
John, it's even worse than that. Like, I've said this already, and you played the recording. January 6th was an absolute setup.
Yeah.
It was a setup. And the setup was led by Yogananda Pittman. She was a assistant chief. She's basically just a misguided, overly ambitious, corrupt commander. And now, after the setup, a huge, enormous size cover-up ensued, which is being led by the current Capitol Police Chief, J. Thomas Manger. Yeah. But the fact that people were set up, you're going to have to look at people's cases once everything comes out into the wash. So when you talk about, like nonviolent people that day, a lot of those things were probably after it's absolutely proved, even though I know it already right now, that January 6th is a setup. They're going to have to go look at some of these cases.
Yeah, next time you come on, I would love to talk to you about Chief Son and the Capitol Police. And I want to know, did our elected officials play a part in all this by not providing us?
If an elected official played any part in that, Yogananda Pittman would know. But obviously she's not talking. J. Thomas Manger gave her a sweetheart deal so she could go to the other side of the country and so she can get out of D.C. So at some point, the prayer is that the the new J6 Select Committee will bring her back and have her testify in front of Congress and public.
Because I want Jim Jordan after her. I want Jim Banks. I want the Republicans have some attack dogs, people that know how to frame questions to get the answers that they're looking for. And I'm sure she's going to probably take the fifth now, though. And that'll be telling. If she takes the fifth now,
she better take the fifth.
Right.
But that would tell. That's a tell. In of itself that if she starts taking the fifth, I take the fifth. I take the fifth. What does that say?
And she don't want to self-incriminate herself.
And she's complicit.
Ooh. Now, can you give your Twitter handle out again?
Yes. You can put my name in there, and let me actually look up my Twitter.
Oh, I got it. It's ELLEON.
I'm sorry, I hit the. I would say I'm gonna give you my Twitter. I'm pulling it up now because I don't even know my Twitter.
I got it. Follow him on Twitter at ELLEON CEOTK. ELLEON CEOTK. That's where you'll find Tarek Johnson.
Yeah. Or you could just put my name in there and my face should show
That's easy,
up.
right? I put it to my Facebook page too. I posted it on my Facebook page.
Thank you very much. And some things are gonna be coming out real soon. So if you guys want the juice before it hits the news wave, before it hits mainstream media, follow me there and you're gonna see it.
All right. And then when that hits, you mind coming back?
Yes, I will come back. You have my word.
Oh, I love it. Tarek Johnson, former Capitol Police Lieutenant, thank you so much for joining Black and Right today. You've been so gracious with your time. Guys, go follow him. Type in Tarek Johnson, TARIK, Johnson's common spelling. Follow him on Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us today. Cash, you hold the line, okay?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Cash, hold the line, okay?
Got you.
All right, you listening to Black and Right Radio. We'll be right back.
Have you been struggling to find an easy, safe, and secure document scanning solution for Salesforce.com, Microsoft 365, SharePoint, or OnBase by Highland? Your struggle is now over, and it's time to get your documents and operations into the 21st century. With IoT Smart Connected Scan, it's easy to turn physical paper into digital documents and have them directly uploaded to the cloud with IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT. And you don't need a degree in computing or IT to make it happen. Using QR code technology uniquely configured for your specific business, anyone can set the IoT Smart Connected Scanning device up in 5 minutes or less, saving your organization money and valuable time. Remote employees can even capture documents and send them safely and seamlessly. Organize documents efficiently and securely with IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT. To see a demo or to order now, go to ready4idt.com. That's ready4idt.com. Use promo code SMART and receive 10% off your order. IDT, putting paper in its place.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund is belong to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Save up to 80% when you file with TaxSlayer. Start for free.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. Cash, what do you think about that interview?
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I came in at the 5-hour mark.
Yeah.
So I missed a little bit. But,
look at you, you
what
slacker.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
You slacker. So, Cash, what do you? We got about a minute left. Can you hold on, or you got to go?
I'm here, man. I'm chilling.
All right, because we got another. I got another couple of segments I have to do. I have a guest in studio, but I want to catch up with you because I'm really excited that you're out. I'm really excited of what you're getting ready to do. Really quickly, how can people who want to help you right now, how can they help?
They could go to helpcash.com.
Yeah. And that's just Help Cash. You got Cash App, Venmo, anything like that?
Yeah, I got a Cash App and a Venmo. I got a Zelle. I got all of that.
What is it?
Cash App. Which one should I get?
All of them. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, the Cash App is Cash 11/11/1988.
Okay.
That's Cash 11/11/1988. Cash with a K.
Okay.
And then for the Zelle, or let me see, the Venmo. Excuse me.
You know what? Put it on my Facebook page. Put it on my Facebook page in the link.
Okay.
And we can go from there. But you're gonna hold the line, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hour 3 coming up next.
Palm USA Incorporated, doing business as City Sports, seeks manager to manage daily operations, develop marketing strategies, and purchase merchandise for sports clothing and goods stores. Bachelor's in business or related is required. Send resume to the job location 5050 West Lawrence Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60630. Again, Palm USA Incorporated, doing business as City Sports, seeks a manager. Send resume to the job location 5050 West Lawrence Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60630.
Are you tired of going online every day and getting news meant to make you afraid? Or meaningless celebrity gossip fighting for your attention? Want something different? Something positive? Make your new homepage Christianity.com with daily devotionals, answers to life's tough questions, and meaningful Bible study from favorite pastors and authors on today's current events and issues. Now you have a homepage that reflects your life and your faith. Join the thousands of others who have joined Christianity.com and experience the difference that good news can make in your life.
This is Chicago's election station. AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play.
Shoveling and shivering. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Snow, cold, and ice taking their toll across much of the U.S. Thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed. Hundreds of thousands of people in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Oregon have no power. Max Gordon of Fox Weather reports it may also have an impact on Monday's Iowa caucuses.
A blizzard warning covering most of the state is forcing candidates to change their schedules. The DeSantis campaign postponing 2 events, while Nikki Haley turned some of hers into telephone town halls. Sub-zero temperatures are expected to stick around through Monday, prompting some concern that it could affect turnout for the caucuses.
On the 15th, on Monday, it's going to be so cold. I don't even know what -15 is.
Max Gordon, Fox Weather.
As the Israeli-Hamas war surpasses the 100-day mark, protests are underway in Washington, D.C. Protesters advocating for a ceasefire and a withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. Fox's Mike Emanuel on the ground in D.C.
Protesters calling for an end to the military action in Gaza, a ceasefire, and demanding that the United States stop supporting that military action. The crowd has been huge and passionate all afternoon long. People bust in from as far away as Minnesota, Wisconsin, Florida, and Texas. The timing of this event is to nearly 100 days of war in Gaza, and some speakers have made reference to the Dr. Martin Luther King holiday as well, one highlighting Dr. King's famous line that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said in a televised speech today, Israel is going for nothing less than victory over Hamas, and nothing will stop them. The Israelis have been saying that ending the war would mean a win for Hamas, which has been calling for Israel's destruction for years. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Wind chill advisory in effect tonight. Cloudy skies, breezy, some snow ending after midnight with no real accumulation. Storm total snowfall 4 to 8 inches. Dangerously cold tonight with a low 3 below. Tomorrow a mix of clouds and sunshine, breezy in the morning, much colder than today with a high only 2. Clouds and sun Monday, frigid with a high of 0. I'm forecaster Rose Tamburino on AM 560. The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
It's a new year, and that means New Year's resolutions.
Hi, Amy Jacobson here. And if one of your New Year's resolutions was to do more to help others, then we want to let you know that you still have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of children in Latin America and the Caribbean through Food for the Poor. Your donation of just $80 provides food for an entire year for 2 children. That's life-changing. Just because the Christmas season is over, that doesn't mean that the need has gone away. Food for the Poor is a faith-based organization that works with partners on the ground to make sure these children are fed. You know, we talk a lot about the root causes of our immigration crisis, and one of those causes is the situation in many of these countries. This is your chance to help take care of others. To make a donation of any amount, just visit 560theanswer.com/foodforthepoor. That's 560theanswer.com/foodforthepoor. Thanks again for your generosity.
For armed or unarmed security, average isn't good enough. You deserve more. You need more.
Morrison means more.
Morrison Security. More deterrence and prevention with customized programs that fit your budget. Cost-effective, sensible solutions for all businesses and facilities.
Morrison means more.
More peace of mind, knowing your security guards are well-trained professionals with a track record of getting results and serving exactly your needs. Morrison Security personnel are constantly trained for readiness and are prepared for any given situation that can occur at a job site.
Morrison means more.
More reliability of management for quick and effective solutions at your property. Morrison Security is responsive. They're always available to you.
Morrison means more.
More awareness of any challenges you face with protecting people, property, and assets. For armed and unarmed security, don't settle for substandard or average. Security is too important. Contact them and find out how you can get more. MorrisonSecurity.com. MorrisonSecurity.com.
Morrison means more.
Where can you go anytime, day or night, to hear full-length radio programs from favorites like John MacArthur, Greg Laurie, and Chuck Swindoll? The new OnePlace.com. Where can you get free devotionals, podcasts, and articles on issues like marriage and parenting, politics and current events, and Christian living for men and women? The new OnePlace.com. Your favorite Christian teachers, online and on mobile at OnePlace.com. OnePlace.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer.
Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot, just like the fajita. You're in trouble. What are you gonna do?
I love that song. Okay, this week's Troublemaker Award goes to a gentleman named Kogi Muhammad.
Oh, boy.
Now, I don't want to speak for him. I'm going to let him speak for himself.
The reason America supports Israel is not all that complicated. Yo buddy Biden told us.
For apologizing for our support for Israel. There's no apology to be made. None. It is the best $3 billion investment we make. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interest in the region.
America ain't no benevolent country. Israel was a strategic military base for us, a way to control at least 2 major resources in the region, oil and opium. Okay. Y'all know how lucrative oil is because you can see these gas prices. And opium makes opioids. And guess who's having an opioid crisis because it's in every prescription? The U.S. of A. Israel wasn't charity. U.S. funds it because we want to colonize and control the Middle East. We did the same thing in Hawaii, toppled their government, then put a naval station down known as Pearl Harbor. We did the same thing in Guam. Took a third of the island for military bases. That's where we practiced bombing before we dropped nukes on Japan. He did the same thing in Cuba. He helped them get independent from Spain and just never removed our troops. And then we set up Guantanamo Bay Naval Base there. 100 years later, that's where we tortured war criminals after 9/11. Now let's pause for a minute. In 9/11, yes, we were attacked and a lot of people lost their lives. But in Afghanistan, we increased opium production 30-fold after the Taliban had just decreased it 10-fold. There was always a money move at play. because we live in an American empire. And all that means is that we don't mind our business. We will go to war just to set up fake governments in other countries that serve American corporations. And that's why it's so important to America to have Israel, a military base, a colony in the Middle East.
Okay. I'm just asking questions these days.
Slap you just for bringing
I
it up.
want to slap him right now, too, now.
Look, I'm just asking questions these days. Don't tear my head off. People, we still can ask questions. Now,
the young Turks are just asking questions.
Now, my question, I got two of them. Is he anti-America more so than Israel? And my other question is anything that he said true? That's all I'm saying. I'm just asking a couple of questions.
Go ahead, George.
Well, I don't think anything there was specifically anti-Israel or anti-America, but it was certainly anti-fact. Let's start off with the very well-known phenomenon of massive sprawling poppy fields across Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Syria.
And Afghanistan.
The hell are you talking about? Israel's nowhere near Afghanistan, by the way.
Right.
It does serve a strategic purpose. We front stage ammunition there for forward operating bases and things like that, so we don't have to ship it so far when some numbnuts in Yemen starts launching missiles. But the other part of it is he seems to characterize things after the fact. Like he's got his order of operations off. So we practiced dropping bombs on Guam. Yes, in the sense that we had to take it from the Japanese, right? We didn't drop nuclear bombs there or use it as a test range before we bombed Japan. So are there facts in there buried deep somewhere? Yes. Does he have a grasp of them?
No.
No.
Well, this is educational. That's why.
It sounds like Phil from Blue Island.
That's why I ask the question.
This is educational,
Yeah.
Verlon. This is how we learn that there are idiots like this out there.
Oh, God.
Cash, what's your take on that, brother? Did you hear that?
I heard it, but I feel like that guy is heavily misinformed, and he just got some deep-rooted division inside of him, man, and he ain't too fond of us over here, really, is how I took it. I mean, I don't know if anything of what he said was true. Maybe, like he said, maybe hidden deep within there, but the only truth that I heard was, I don't want to hear anything that guy got to say.
And Vlad, that's no what you're talking about, Willis, with this idiot?
Yeah, but you went straight to joke.
I'm sorry.
Where's my Gary Coleman?
What you talking about, Willis?
That's what I'm talking about.
So what's your point? What's your take about his comments, Vlad?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pro-America. I love America. And, you got to dig deep in why we put those bases where we put them to defend this country, because it's always defending this country first.
Yeah.
Okay, so, he might be mad or he's part of the grievance industry. I'm not part of that industry.
Hey, George, do you have the donkey? He's a, you got that?
Oh, from Obama?
This is how I feel about your Muhammad.
God, I don't know what I have anymore in this system.
Yeah. Please play that. By Obama, he's a jack,
Oh, yeah. He's a jackass.
That's how I feel about it.
I don't think I do.
Yeah,
have
that's
that.
my comment about what your troublemaker of the week this week, Valon. Before we go to our in-studio guest.
Who's more comfortable than ever.
Yeah,
now,
I know. I'm sure. She's like, oh, what did I walk into this week? Let's go to Jim from South Elgin, also a sponsor of this show. Jim, why'd you fall off? I saw you on the call log, and you fell off.
Because I didn't want to, I was calling about, well, if you talk about Israel, let's not forget that Trump did a lot with the
Abraham Accords
and things like this.
Yeah.
But I was actually calling about a different topic.
Okay.
I just found out that Oak Park, starting this year, is banning natural gas hookups from any new construction.
What?
So Oak Park, it's against the village code now for any new construction, Oak Park, to have a natural gas hookup because they want buildings to be all electric.
Wow.
That's
Can I chime in as someone who spent well over a decade as a contractor?
Yeah.
Anytime you're getting an occupancy permit for a habitable structure, you have to have water, electricity, and gas.
Yeah.
In order for it to be considered habitable by humans.
So how are they getting around this, George?
That's a very interesting
But you know
question because those are state.
I've heard this a lot. A lot of these places are going straight electric, no gas. My mother was just in
What if I don't want
an apartment?
I
and it was all
love how
electric.
gas cooks food. Come on, what if I don't want the
that's
electric?
true, but you see, these people that say that they want to say that cooking with the natural gas contributes, it's like fossil fuels. And these people flunk Chemistry 101. When you burn methane gas, you simply produce water vapor, and you produce that dangerous gas called carbon dioxide, which is plant food. And that shows you how stupid these people are. And they all, like I said, they flunk Chemistry 101. But see, this is the kind of mindset that gets started. These things got to be stopped. That's why, it's dumb. Because, for example, let's say in the middle of winter your electric goes out. A lot of people have gas backup generation.
Yeah.
Cash. Well, guess what? If you have a home like that, you can't have that ability.
That's insane. Cash, you see what you've missed since you've been gone, man? Since you've been
Yeah,
gone.
man. It seems like the world's going crazy and everything is on fire. Shout out to Bobby Soft.
Oh, it ain't, we not done yet. You see who I see on the phone?
I can't take him right now. I got my guest. Phil, you got to call back because I got a guest, in studio guest. I'll take your call. Thank you. I'll take your call later because
real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Thanks, Jim.
But going back to the gas thing real quick, one of the main issues with standardization and construction is safety, right? So what you're going to have is your neighbor's got gas because his house is 10 years old.
Yeah.
You're building your house now and it doesn't. So what kind of ad hoc gas hookups are we going to see home to home?
Yep.
It's going to look like the Albanian power grid.
Oh gosh. I mean, but it's just stupid. It's all about. This is all about control, and we continue to allow these people to control us. And the easy way to get rid of them is to vote them out. Just because your state rep has done something for you, what are they doing to the destruction of your state? What are they doing for that? Just because they've helped you, what are they doing? Look at the totality of the circumstances. Look at the bigger picture. And what they're doing, the decisions that they're making, because they know that you're not paying attention. They know you're still going to vote for them, especially in these deep blue states. Because they know in these deep blue areas, because they know you're not paying attention and you're going to put them right back in power. And they're destroying us slowly. It's like that. I know this may not be a real thing, but it's just like putting the frog in the lukewarm water, and turning up the heat. Or anything.
I think it's a real thing.
Yeah, I've read somewhere where it said it wasn't a real thing.
I'll verify that this week.
Yeah, you gonna boil a frog, George? But Cash, we're missing too much, man. I'm telling you.
This is getting crazy, man.
And that's just, what? Look at all the indictments against Donald Trump. Look at and we're just sitting there, and the Republicans just taking it, like, okay, all right, nothing's gonna happen. The impeachments. Where are they? I'm sorry, they opened up this floodgate. Bring them. Bring it. Bring it. They opened up this floodgate.
Well, what they said is they're going to show America the right way to do it.
Right.
Not the way the Democrats did.
What's right?
I don't know what's right and wrong.
And the Republicans, okay. Chase, when we come back from break, Hope House. We'll be right back.
The Sean Thompson Show.
Ruby Freeman and Shea Moss, they were seeking $43 million, but a court gave them $148 million in damage because she said she was afraid after Rudy Giuliani said there was wrongdoing at the election, or that they purposely committed wrongdoing. We are not to question the most obvious election theft in American history.
The Sean Thompson Show, weekday afternoons at 4 on AM 560. The Answer.
My brother was here with his wife, and I said, listen, take the rest of these 2 bottles. And my brother's like, well, and I said, no, there's nothing to think about. Just get it, order it, get it on auto ship. And in the first couple months, you may not thank me and go, I don't feel anything. But I said, but about that 3rd month, it starts kicking in. I'm singing, I'm doing dishes. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Step into the new year with a new you. Start your journey to better health by going to balanceofnature.com and signing up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first order, plus a free fiber and spice supplement with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this exclusive holiday offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you'll destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Listen tomorrow morning for inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7 on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Shalom Klein. Join me each week for the Get Down to Business radio show. This show is packed with ideas that will inspire as you search for best practices to grow your business. Whether you are an experienced entrepreneur or just learning the ropes, Get Down to Business will tackle the issues affecting your everyday work life.
Get Down to Business is covered by Tom Mirabali, independent producer for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois.
Listen each week to Get Down to Business with me, Shalom Klein. Heard Sunday afternoons at 6 right here on AM 560.
When you're serious about your concealed carry training and education and are ready to learn from an active police officer with a teaching degree, check out Illinois Concealed Carry Training in Midlothian. You'll learn safe, responsible firearm use, home defense planning, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and how to remain physically, morally, and financially safe in the event you must use your firearm in self-defense or the defense of another. Weekday and weekend classes available.
I'm Sergeant Gary Carr, police firearms trainer and the owner of Illinois Concealed Carry Training. We'll arm you with what really counts: knowledge and training. All concealed carry curriculums are not created equal. This may be the single most important decision you'll ever make for yourself and your loved ones. Choose between 3 and 16-hour classes that are available both weekdays and weekends. We are your one-stop for concealed carry classes, fingerprints, and legal defense plans.
Register for a class today and get 10% off class fees with promo code AM560. Visit IllinoisConcealedCarry.com. That's IllinoisConcealedCarry.com.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. All right, Chase, before I say anything, Marvin Gaye or George Michael? Who you got?
I'm going to have to go with Marvin.
Oh! What was that? Wait.
Oh, man, you know what? I just think they just giving in to you for whatever reason. You know George Michael.
I didn't know there was a fight. I didn't know there was a fight going on.
It's a feud.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's a feud we have.
Who looks better? Marvin Gaye or George Michael?
I don't know.
Marvin Gaye was a dude.
I don't know if I can comment now.
Are you telling me you can't look at a Marvin Gaye picture and a George Michael picture and tell me George Michael is more sexy than Marvin Gaye?
We're not
I'm
talking
gonna need
about
a side by side.
We're talking about talent.
Can we go back to
it's the whole thing?
Can we go back to Verlon's original standard of George Michael gets he really gets all the girls?
Yeah. Who think gets all the girls?
It's
George
Marvin Gaye.
Michael's not out trying to get any girls.
Marvin Gaye?
Not George Michaels. We know he's not going
one
for the
of
girls.
them is named Gay, and one never.
Okay. Cash, you see what happens? See what has happened on the show, Cash?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
All right, Cash. Now, I'm getting ready to tell a story that I know you haven't heard because of the guest that's in studio, Chase Heidner. Chase, you ran for, was it library board?
I did.
In Barrington?
Yes.
Back in 2022 or 2020?
Yeah, 2022.
2022. I hope you run again. I really do. But we're not here to talk about politics. We're here because you represent an organization called Hope House. Talk to us, explain to us, what is Hope House? What do you do? And at some point, how can people help? Or what the work that you guys are doing over at Hope House?
Sure, absolutely. So the way it all started is I had this wonderful high school counselor. His name is Ray Pagentini.
Okay.
And
is he listening?
He is,
Okay.
actually.
Hey, Ray.
Shout out to Ray Page. He's the best, honestly. Amazing man. So he was a high school counselor for 32 years at Barrington High School. And after he retired, he still wanted to give back to the community and have the community be involved, and he found the Hope House, which it's HOPE, which is an acronym. It stands for Helping Open People's Eyes, and also Hang On, Pain Ends.
Woo!
So essentially what the Hope House is doing is trying to spread awareness about, people with suicidal ideation or people, suicide prevention. So those are the two things. It's trying to prevent suicide. He came to my family and he said, I have this really great idea. I want to find this Hope House where students, adults, veterans, first responders can go to seek help if they're struggling, right? Yeah. And he needed a place. And my family is always we have a real estate business, so we have real estate. We had an office in downtown Barrington. And he had asked if he can work out of there, and we said absolutely.
Amen. It
was a no-brainer. I mean, the work that he does and his abilities that we've seen, even helping me throughout my high school career, it was a no-brainer. It was an absolute yes. So if we could just save one life, I mean, that's all that matters.
That's all matters. That's true. Now, you've had, is it okay to talk about? You've had a personal, a babysitter, I believe it was, a daycare, whatever.
Yeah.
Babysitter?
Yeah, so her name was Nicole.
How old?
And I was 7 years old.
Okay.
So she was 18 years old when she took her life.
Jesus.
And 7 years old it was kind of like a strange age, because the adults around me were like, oh, she's too young to understand, but I did understand. And the thing is, I really looked up to her. As a child, everybody always has those idols, and she was just beautiful. I mean, just blonde hair, blue eyes, pearly white teeth, always chewing a white piece of mint gum. Just somebody that I wanted to be, who I looked up to.
Yeah.
So from 7 years old on, I mean, that had a massive impact on my life in the direction that I was taking. So much so to the point that when I decided to go off to college, I pursued psychology. So my family has always been very involved in, it affected my whole family. That was a good friend of ours, not just her, but her father.
Right.
And watching her father go through what he went through.
Did she have siblings?
No.
Oh, only child.
Yes.
Oof.
So, we spent a lot of time with him, her father, afterwards, and just being so young and watching that mourning process and just seeing the wide impact that just this one beautiful person had, and how heart-wrenching it is to think that she didn't see that in herself, that she wouldn't recognize or all these people that love her, and the massive impact that her absence would have.
Yeah. I've told the story of me losing my only son, John Wesley. John Wesley Christian Anthony, Forever 18. It's one of the, I can't even give you words to express the pain, the grief, the anger. You have some moments of joy. It sounds crazy, but you think about some of the times that you've had with him. I'm at a point now where I've literally been having nightmares lately because I've been thinking about John was my only son, and my line is done. And I've been saying to myself, and I've really, I mean, it's really, at some of the moments I've gotten a little depressed about it, because I feel like, and I said to myself, please, I hope I don't get a little too emotional here, but did God curse me and doesn't believe that much in me that he wanted to kill off my bloodline? And I know I have girls, so I know my girls will be able to push it off, but I've really been trying to, because even to this day, I'm talking about it right now, as soon as I start talking about it, I feel the pain of never being able on this side of the earth to hear my son's voice unless it's through video, not knowing what impact he would have made in society, in life, looking to see what would he have done. I'll never forget that night. Cash, you haven't heard this, I don't think. That night, at I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning, when Joliet police came to our house and asking for John Anthony. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm John Anthony. What? They're like, no, he's a little young. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, really? They go, yeah. I saw. He said, I said, well, what's going on? And he said, well, is he here? Because we just got a call from his girlfriend. She hasn't been able to get in contact with him, and he was talking about something. So I yelled up to the room, towards his room, and my daughter, my 17-year-old, and my wife went and ran went to the door, turned the light on. As soon as they turned the light on, opened the door, they let out the most excruciating scream I've ever heard in my life. And I turn because I'm in shorts, and I turn and run. I was in my underwear, I think it was. I turn and run as fast as I can. The cop running, we both run up the stairs. He pushes me to the side and he runs in, and then I get there, and all I see was my son's head leaking blood and brains, and it makes you look at life. It makes you look at the trivial things of life, and you say to yourself, doesn't matter. That's why a lot of the politics don't really matter to me today. That's why I can look at a Democrat, and bring them on this show to have a conversation with them. One, to expose how how idiotic their belief systems are in some regards. But also, I actually love Phil from Blue Island just called, but we have to get him off. But life is so fragile, right? Right?
That's right.
It's fragile, and this is what the House of Hope House. This is what they try to convey to the people that they deal with, right?
Yes.
Explain that.
Well, first, I just want to, I don't have any words that could express how.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sounds empty, right?
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Well, it's just that darkness that comes after, the emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we don't want to have to happen anymore.
Yeah.
If we can prevent that. I mean, it's pain for generations, right?
Yes.
And it's expansive, and it's like a plague.
Yeah.
Barrington specifically, we went through an epidemic of suicide.
Mm-hmm.
It was 5 suicides within like 3 years.
When did this happen?
That was
2021.
No, that was back in like 2010.
Okay.
There had been like about 5 suicides. There was so much so that I remember going to like a neighboring town.
Wait, let's hold this story for when we come back from break. Cash, I want to get your take on this, because you knew my son and you knew how life of the party was. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Colorado is set to make discrimination against a person because of their heft just as illegal as discrimination against a person based on their race or religion or sexual orientation.
And how soon till Governor Pritzker has a big press conference and talks about the fat phobia law?
I mean,
and maybe it's coming to, Illinois.
Could there be a better spokesman?
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. Frigid Arctic air hitting the U.S. The wind chill in the Dakotas might feel like 65 below. In Buffalo, New York Governor Kathy Hochul got the NFL to postpone tomorrow's wildcard game between the Bills and the Steelers.
The NFL has agreed with our assessment that we need to postpone tomorrow's playoff game until 4:30 p.m. Monday afternoon.
Buffalo facing heavy snow. The U.S. fired another round of missiles at Houthi rebels over their attacks on shipping in the Red Sea.
The U.S. launched another strike in Yemen. The target, a Houthi radar site. It was carried out by the USS Carney using Tomahawk land attack missiles and is considered follow-on action to strikes carried out yesterday.
Alexandria Hoff, America is listening to Fox News.
We all know that aches and pains come with simply getting older, but it doesn't mean you have to accept it. That's why I want to tell you about a special lady, Leah from Ohio, and her Relief Factor story. One Sunday, Leah was sitting on the couch in so much pain she was literally in tears. That's when she decided to try Relief Factor. Just 8 days later, she found relief, and she continued to get better and better. To quote her, she said, "I am truly amazed at this product. Like me, who after 9, almost 10 years, almost a decade of low back pain, lost that pain thanks to Relief Factor. If you're living with aches and pains, see how Relief Factor, a daily drug-free supplement, could help you feel and live better every day. Get the 3-week quick starter pack at relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. It all comes with the feel better or your money back guarantee. That number, 1-800, the number 4, RELIEF. relieffactor.com.
When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, commercial property, or even vacant land, let attorney Susan J. Kim step in. She's reliable, responsive, personable, and extremely thorough when helping you deal with an otherwise stressful transaction. Attorney Kim leads with her values and is committed to providing legal services with excellence. To contact Attorney Kim, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com. Whether it's drafting agreements, negotiating contract terms, or closing on a property, Attorney Susan J. Kim can do it all. Over 10 years of experience and her wealth of knowledge tackling complicated legal negotiations and breaking them down into a smooth, easy-to-understand process is what she does best. So let Attorney Susan J. Kim step in. To schedule your legal consultation today, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com or call 847-906-3166. Susan J. Kim, attorney at law, is a state of Illinois licensed real estate attorney.
Attention business owners and anyone who makes some marketing decisions for your company. Amy Jacobson here. It's a new year, and what are you doing to jumpstart your business and reach new customers? If you do the same thing you did in 2023, then you should expect the same results. But we have some good news. We still have opportunities for you to become a Food for the Poor business benefactor. Make a one-time tax-deductible donation of $2,500, and AM 560 will give you 40 one-minute commercials to air right here on this radio station. That gift will feed more than 60 children in Latin America and the Caribbean for an entire year. And you'll reach a new audience of potential customers. Don't wait. Call Anjanette Natowski right now, 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951. Or visit 560theanswer.com/foodforthepoor.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
Where can you go anytime, day or night, to hear full-length radio programs from favorites like John MacArthur, Greg Laurie, and Chuck Swindoll? The new OnePlace.com. Where can you get free devotionals, podcasts, and articles on issues like marriage and parenting, politics and current events, and Christian living for men and women? The new OnePlace.com. Your favorite Christian teachers, online and on mobile at OnePlace.com. OnePlace.com.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. You can cut that music because YouTube is gonna ding me for that. Only YouTube and Facebook dings me for that. Just that one song. That one song only. We're gonna change it.
Can I say something?
No, wait. What's up? Let me get Cash's point of view. Cash. Welcome back, man. I'm sorry. What do you think about that? You heard the story?
Yeah, man. That hit me, man. I ain't gonna lie, because being away, bro, I was always worried about something happening to one of mine, and I couldn't even imagine what you had to go through, man.
Yeah.
To experience that, brother, no parent should have to. So I just want to send my condolences, man. 'Cause that little dude, man, dang.
Yeah.
He was dope.
Here's a question,
dope, man.
How hard was it? Did you ever have any of those thoughts while you were locked up?
Oh, 100%. My oldest son, man, he was doing little knucklehead stuff, man, while I was away, and it's hard to be a father when you're incarcerated.
Yeah.
So and then the things that he was doing, I had already done in my life, and I had changed from it. So it's hard to tell him like, yo, don't do what I did, and especially me being locked up. So I just had to pray. I had to put him in God's hands and just hope that he would get it together until I got home. And he did. I'm grateful for that. So, yeah, it was definitely a thought, man. And like I say, brother, man, my hat's off to you for being as strong as you are, bro, because that would have broke me.
Honestly, I won't say what, but right after he died, there's some things that happened. And I'm telling you, it broke me in ways I didn't know I could be broken. And to this day, I'm still trying to heal from that, and it was a pain. You're just gonna have to read the book once I finally finish it, because I'm gonna add it in the book as there was some after he died. It broke me in ways I never thought I could be broken, and I'm just happy to have people in my life, especially during that time, who helped me get through. And I gotta give a shout out to my pastor, Pastor Randy Bland, who helped nurse these million pieces of my heart and brain that were just scattered throughout. It really broke me in ways I can't even explain it. I'm sorry, Vlad, you had something to say?
No, why you both was talking about the counseling and everything. I want to say something to you and your guest. I want to circle back to when you said your bloodline is like cut off.
Yeah.
Me and you have a bunch of girls.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got one grandkid. I got two.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at your grandkid, I want you to keep this in your mind, and I want you to think about this every time you look at your grandkid and hold your grandkid. That's you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because without your daughters, there's no grandkid.
Right.
So that's you. Your essence and your DNA, your fingerprint will be on this earth for a long time to come. I understand what you mean by bloodline. My grandfather.
My name.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that, because my grandfather used to talk to the family about bloodline, and a lot of them didn't like it because they wasn't of his sons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But still, your DNA, your essence will be here. You will be here for a long time.
Yeah, and he carries my name, John.
And then
August John.
And to you, I just wanted to ask you a question. Sure. What's the best part of counseling to you? Like, talk about a case that you may have had some input on that really resonates with you.
I mean, the best thing that you can hear is when you free somebody of those thoughts, when they finally, get over the hill, the mountain of the darkness and these suicidal ideations, if you're able to help them to see light,
Mm-hmm.
to find a purpose again, that's the biggest reward. I mean, that's why you want to do this work, is because I believe every single life here on this earth is born with a purpose and a mission, something to achieve on this earth, and thousands of people behind them that love them, that whose lives would be affected by them as well. I mean, you're not just saving one person, you're saving thousands of people from pain and angst for, like I said, generations. That's the most rewarding part of it. All cases, right? It's not just one where it's like, oh, like this life this is the life that I saved that impacts me the most. It's all of them. It truly is.
Wow. My son listened to Joyner Lucas' song "I'm Sorry," like I don't know how many times, a ton of times. He watched the movie 13 Reasons Why. I think this culture makes it look like it's easy and nobody's affected by those decisions. When you look at during COVID, I know after my son died, I went on his Twitch, I went on his Discord. He was part of suicide groups where they were basically betting to see who was going to commit suicide. Gosh. There are groups out there on Discord and Twitch where they're encouraging you to go commit suicide.
Yeah, that's sickening.
When you look at what happened with COVID, George, I see it. Thank you. When we come back from break. Hop Daddy ain't coming in here yelling at me again. We're going to discuss that.
Yes.
How did COVID affect you? Do you think COVID affected a lot of these kids and adults to commit suicide? Don't answer now. You listening to Black and Right? We'll be right back.
We feel like doing more. Yeah, we're 83 and 84 years old, and we're talking about buying a pontoon boat. What's that tell you? We may say, hey, come out and film us.
I've just been doing great, and I just feel like it's a definite advantage to take them. Well, let me just say one other thing. I mentioned to my doctor that I was taking Balance of Nature, and they said they were very positive about that. and they said that was really good. That's a good product, and so I've been very pleased.
Step into the new year with a new you. Start your journey to better health by going to balanceofnature.com and signing up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first order, plus a free fiber and spice supplement with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this exclusive holiday offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Are you ready for an adventure of a lifetime? Journey with me, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, on the Patriots Alaska cruise this summer. It's an incredible opportunity to engage with me and other like-minded patriots on an epic 7-day cruise over 4th of July weekend. Witness the untouched wilderness of Alaska while discussing America's future. What could be better? Join me from June 29th to July 6th. Call 855-565-5519 or reserve online. PatriotsAlaskaCruise.com.
This is Carol Platt-Liebau for townhall.com. Claudine Gay has now stepped down as Harvard's president, though she still will collect the same hefty $900,000 salary. Attempting to salvage Gay's reputation, her supporters have accused her critics of hypocrisy. They argue Claudine Gay's detractors attributed her promotion to her race and gender, and now are using her ouster to undermine DEI efforts. The claim is just projection. It's Gay's supporters who are guilty of race-conscious behavior. When Gay was named president of Harvard, it was her fans who emphasized her sex and color. She was forced out for reasons having nothing to do with either. Gay's fans charged that her critics want a world where she can't win because of her immutable characteristics. Actually, they want one where she can't lose because of them. Either would be noxious, discounting individual choices and abilities in favor of stereotypes and group rights. That's not the American way.
Retirement planning can be complicated. From asset and legacy protection to retirement income and extended care, you need a plan. Tune in to Retirement and Income Radio, hosted by well-known Chicagoland financial educator Mark Kohler. Mark helps listeners in or near retirement protect their savings from market volatility while creating lifetime guaranteed income. Listen to Retirement and Income Radio Sunday afternoons at 3:30 on AM 560 The Answer, or call Mark now at 844-619-SAFE.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. Chase, you heard the lyrics I just read off to you for Lucas Joyner's song. That's like a suicidal person, anybody dealing with suicidal ideation anthem, right?
Yeah, that was deep lyrics, and for him to, to listen to those over and over again, I mean, that's just, those aren't good thoughts to put in your brain all the time.
No.
Again and again and again, and it's just, that's the problem. And this is, going back to the Hope House, this is why we want this resource out there. So many people hold these thoughts in themselves. They don't want to share it.
Yeah.
They feel alone in their thoughts, right? And sometimes people feel embarrassed, especially the men, right? Yeah. The boys and the men, and
shame.
Yeah, they don't want to, share this. But with resources like this, you can go to, it's private. It's not like you're admitting this to a friend or family if you don't feel comfortable doing that. But also, social support is huge. You talked about the social support that you received afterwards, and how your pastor, priest, I forget what you say. Your pastor helped piece those pieces together, right? And one thing that I learned in psychology when I was studying in my psychology of trauma class is that social support is the #1 factor to help people get over depression, anxiety, PTSD. So these individuals who want to isolate themselves when they're experiencing these suicidal ideations, that's the worst thing that you could do.
If somebody's listening, what are some of the signs that a parent, a guardian, or a friend, or boyfriend, girlfriend, they see? What are some of those signs that they exhibit? Because I'm going to tell you, my son was the life of the party. As soon as COVID hit, I saw it, and I talked to my son a week before he committed the act. And I looked at him, we both hugged that out, cried. We were literally crying with each other. And I looked him in the eye. I said, "You're not trying to hurt yourself, are you?" He goes, Daddy, no, I would never do that. What are some of those signs that a parent should look for?
Well, we'll get back to that to COVID because I think it had
Yeah.
a massive impact on a lot of
Yeah.
people, and even some of the these signs to look out for. COVID exacerbated, right?
Yeah.
So one is ideation, expressing thoughts of suicide, writing them out, saying it even jokingly, right? Another one is substance abuse.
Yeah.
So drinking more, doing drugs, purposelessness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think COVID had a big play in that.
It did.
Taking away a lot of people's sense of purpose. Anxiety, and I think, again, COVID caused a lot of anxiety. Another one is feeling trapped, like as there's no way out of a current situation. Again, COVID. Hopelessness, feeling hopeless about oneself or another person or your future. Withdrawal, so isolating.
Yeah.
And that is the huge one. That's COVID written all over it. I mean, I can't even tell you how many of my friends, you know, especially the extroverted friends, right, were calling me after the end of the 2 weeks after the 2-week lockdown got expanded, calling me bawling, just crying and crying all the time for months. I can't do this. I don't know how I can handle this. Like it's you take somebody out of their routine
Right.
and you trap them. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Right.
Exacerbating all of these signs, right? Another one is anger, just uncontrollable outbursts of anger. Recklessness, so you know, drinking and driving or driving 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Just being reckless with your life, right?
Yeah.
And mood changes, so just mood swings, unstable moods, happy, sad, to crying, all of
Yeah.
it combined. Those are some signs that you can look out for, and someone who is suicidal or will commit suicide doesn't have to display all of these signs.
Right.
It could just be a couple of them, but those are some of the big ones to look out for.
Because looking back, I saw a lot of what you just listed off. Looking back now, but you know, sometimes as parents, life is happening, life is lifing to you now, and you're busy, and you think everything that you got your hands to is more important to what's happening in the home, and sometimes you miss those things.
Well, and people don't communicate those things
Yeah.
effectively always either.
Yeah.
And I would add to that the abandonment of hobbies.
Yes.
I've had, unfortunately, a couple of friends who have taken their own lives, and the one thing that was pretty much consistent was they seemed, at least, to lose interest in things which we know they loved.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whether that was a step of like, I don't want to pollute this with my thoughts, this is a happy thing or whatever, but yeah, that's something to watch out for.
Yeah, that's the withdrawal aspect. It's isolating from friends, family, and their usual activities in society as a whole. And yeah, you're right. When you're face to face with it, it's easy to overlook.
Yeah.
It's hard to see. And he's right. He said, it's not typically communicated effectively either.
Right.
And the knowledge of it.
Right.
Even just as I was listing these off, you recognize some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had no idea, you didn't have the knowledge prior as it was happening, how could you recognize it if you weren't aware?
Yeah. Do you guys do like a parent educational awareness type things?
Yeah, so actually, definitely, you can come in as a parent and get your child assessed, and then we come up with an action plan, depending on how they score on the assessment.
Yeah.
And we go from there, and we talk to the parents, make sure that they're educated and things that they can do, things that they can look out for.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe this February 3rd, it's a Sunday. It's going to be an open house at the Hope House.
Okay.
People can come.
You don't have to be a Barrington resident?
No,
Okay.
anyone. If you're a student, you're an adult, you're a veteran, you're a first responder, whoever. If you're struggling, please come by.
Yeah. Wow. I'll go to break. Ray, I want to take this call from Ray, because I think this is a very good call. You want me to take it now or go to break?
Yeah, just take it now.
Okay, Ray. Welcome to Black and Right.
I love your show. There's so much we can talk about, but I just did want to share one thing.
Yeah.
You mentioned how suicide impacts others. There's a quote from the Hebrew text, the Talmud, which says, "Whoever saves one life saves the world entire."
Amen.
And you think about all those people who are gone in those generations who did not follow them, doctors, lawyers, justices, just good parents.
Yeah.
So if we can get in there and save one, you're saving generations beyond that we don't know. Chase is doing a great job explaining what we do. There are other.
Oh, this is Ray. This is your Ray.
That's Mr. Patch.
Oh, wait a minute. I just caught that. Ray, I really appreciate you calling. Thank you. Thank you for the work you do. You're right. If we can save one life, it matters because, you know.
I'll pay
Go
my
ahead.
debts and I'll be there for you.
Yeah. What'd you say, Ray? I didn't hear that.
I say if you ever need a guest specifically talking about my philosophy on the 7 or 8 components of suicide, which are overlooked, you know, the concussions, chronic CTE with football players are passing away from, psychological post-traumatic stress, prescription medications, which we can't talk about, but I do.
Yeah.
Just watch the 10 o'clock news and look at the side effects from them. Biochemicals, genetic. There's still cultural aspects in the Asian and Native community. And this, there's a lot of research done on this bariatric surgery, this weight loss surgery, where suicide is a very common discussion at the group activities.
Right. How much time I got?
There's a lot. I don't want to take any more.
No, Ray. I want you to hold on because I want to finish the show with you, if that's okay. I want you to stay on the line.
I don't want to take away.
Okay, but let's not forget COVID psychosis as well. The COVID, I think that played a lot of part. And my son had COVID when he died. Ray, thanks so much for calling, and I really appreciate the call. And continue to do God's work. We'll be right back.
Is your child getting the personalized attention they need to excel in math? Mathnasium has a solution for students of all skill levels. Each child's strengths and weaknesses, creating a customized learning plan. If you have kids in school, you're probably starting to see how they're doing in math. Could it be better? Consider an individual assessment with Mathnasium. They'll pinpoint what your child needs to excel, then give them live, face-to-face instruction, either in-center or online, so they can catch up and get ahead. At Mathnasium, math is taught in a way that makes sense to students, so they understand it, master it, and enjoy it. Over 1 million parents have already trusted Mathnasium to give their children an edge in math. The Mathnasium method gives them the critical thinking skills they need to thrive, with the option to attend face-to-face online sessions or come to one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium is changing lives through math. Learn more at mathnasium.com. That's mathnasium.com.
Calling all firearm owners, enthusiasts, and Second Amendment patriots. Both experienced and novice customers are cordially invited to visit MOA Industries in Bensenville. MOA Industries is a Class 7 firearms dealer providing a myriad of services, including firearm sales, gunsmithing, certified Cerakote application, laser engraving, firearms instruction on a private range, firearms transfers for only $40, and discounts for veterans and first responders. With a large selection of firearms, customization services, and CCL license classes and renewals, MOA Industries strives to be your one-stop shop for all your firearms needs. Visit MOAindustries.com today. Your Second Amendment needs are the first priority. No high-pressure salesmen, just friendly, relaxed professionals dedicated to providing the best service possible. MOA Industries is located in nearby Bensenville. Ready to pull the trigger? Call 630-766-7593. That's 630-766-7593. Or visit online at MOAindustries.com. That's MOAindustries.com. MOAindustries.com.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. Cash, thank you for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. I know you hung up on us, but that's okay. You don't love us anymore, Cash. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, man. But Chase, what's your closing message to people who are listening who, everybody knows somebody that has these thoughts of suicide? What's your closing message? First of all, how did COVID affect the people, especially the young kids? And what's your closing message of hope to people who may be listening?
So, COVID affected a lot. The social support aspect of it, no school, no friends, no socialization. You rip that away from them. Not only that, the amount of small businesses that shut down, people who worked their whole lives to create this business and generate an income and to support their family just gets ripped away from them. That was tough. I mean, just all aspects of COVID were really tough. What was the second part? I forget.
What's a closing message for people who are listening? How can they contact Hope House?
Sure. So right now is specifically a really important time. That's kind of why I wanted to come in right now. I mean, my family right now even is friends of ours. One of my father's friends on Christmas just committed suicide. This is a tough time of the year.
It is.
Within the same week, another woman who is, a family friend of ours, 50 years old, took her life.
Oh.
This is around the holidays, the cold, there's no sun. It's a hard time of the year. And, I want people to know that there are resources out there. If you can't, hug your friends and family, tell them that you love them, be there for them. If you need something more, please reach out to the Hope House.
Where can they find you? We got 40 seconds left.
You can go to the website. It's livelovehope.org and get information there.
livelovehope.org.
livelovehope.org. And you can call Mr. Ray Pagentini yourself. He gave us his phone number. It's 773-332-5822. And the address of the Hope House is 231 West Main Street in Barrington.
Yeah.
No matter where you're from, please, if you need the resource, come. It's open. Doors
Chase,
are open.
Thanks so much for joining us.
John,
I want to
thank
thank all
you.
my guests, Hoff Daddy, Troublemaker, Cash. Thanks so much for joining us. Guys, I'll see you next week. Belly of the Beast coming up next.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through.